shouldn't. Okay, there we go. Let's check and see the record. Okay, so question or recap?
Recap.
All right, so I may need some help because the recap was the one thing I didn't get to. Because to write up the recap, it's like you got to go back and watch the old one, and didn't do any combat. But from what I recall, we had a little bit of a making up with the Arconas after realizing that Vera was indeed gone and gone for good.
Meeting Theobard.
Yep.
Meeting Theobard, of course, you learned of Cressida Croft's uncle, who she believes will be able to help you. There was a lot of talking last session, so
Yeah,
a lot of
I
roleplay.
remember. Yes, and the big question of last session was who was going to take the credit for the plague, and I have
cure. Plague cure.
Yes, of course, the plague cure. That's what I meant.
Nice.
I definitely think we would have had a different conversation of who's taking the fall for the plague.
Which I just want to make sure with everyone. We are going with Kier. Is siding with Glorio Arcona.
And the big debate was, did we want to try and go it on our own or, side with the Arconas?
Mm.
Yes. And that was what we spent most of that session discussing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of wacky. We spent like 4 hours talking about just that.
It's been a long dungeon crawl, so I think we're all down to roleplay.
Yeah, and we had a lot of like inner.
Yeah, of course. Introducing the character, there was lots of describing his house and his mannerisms, and it was all fun. I'm just kind of looking back at it. I'm like, what did we do last session?
We accomplished nothing.
We will now transition over to the question for this week. The question, in line with gaining a new party member, is how does your character approach new friendships?
I want to paint your nails, and we're definitely going to talk about past loves, future loves, and regrets.
Oh my God, boys.
Not men, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, we're recording this. Be careful.
Maybe
I mean, we're not Minecraft YouTubers or nothing, but damn.
This is why I don't use my real name on the internet. Technically, I guess I'd use the first one, but it's the most common name of the 20th century.
I mean, I think unless you put your incorrect last name up here on screen wrong.
Well, yes, of course you guys know my actual last name. It'd be a little weird if you didn't at this point. Great Gombo.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, but
I remember your first name, don't remember the last. Anyways,
yeah, most people don't, even in person, don't remember my last name.
So the question is how we approach new friends.
Yes, new friendships.
With a genuine interest in getting to know them.
Okay.
Probably trying to find things in common.
Vic is typically guarded and wants to understand their motives.
Okay.
Kip tries to be enthusiastic and welcoming. Some people make it easier than others.
Okay.
Honestly, for Theobard, probably the same answer as Vic.
Gotcha.
Probably why we spent half of last session arguing.
Yeah.
I think you gave me an answer for Luca. Do you have one for Sophia, Richard?
Huh? No, I gave one for Sophia.
Oh, what was your one for Sophia?
Sophia's was trying to find things in common.
Trying to find things in common. Okay, I guess I associate
Luca's
that.
would probably be just to try to share a drink or something.
Share a drink. Gotcha. I was just curious. He is still in play as a character.
Yep. Although
The
share a drink
spirit
now
that-
might be a little hard.
I do find the spirit thing very interesting because he's technically not Luca.
Yeah, technically by class specifics, he is not. He's an embodiment of Luca,
Yeah.
but
Spirits.
class specifics and alignment of how we play the game doesn't always line up. So if it turns out he is later on, we can play with that. But that's all.
No,
really, I think.
Wait.
I really
There's a
like the
difference
idea of
between the-
spirits.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's like spirits are basically ghosts that good aligned characters can use because the actual person's incorporeal form has moved on. This is just the emotional essence of that person.
Yeah, like the memories that created a lasting connection.
Yeah, it's
to
a
the
separate
living world.
entity.
How ghosts work in the Dresden Files, for those of you who have read that.
Mhm.
Where ghosts are more like the psychic impression they leave upon the world right as they die, and the actual
Yes.
soul moves on.
Yeah.
But
That's
they're like,
more
but
like
I have all the memories.
And then we get into discussion of AI and when does we draw the line of what's real and what's not. And
I was gonna
We haven't got
say
there
it's
yet.
almost like Nick Valentine from Fallout, where he's got all these memories from a different guy, but he's technically not the dude in his head. He didn't really do all of that stuff. Anyways,
Total Recall.
So,
the existence of Robot Devil implies the existence of Robot Jesus.
on the next day, when you guys return to the Arcona Palace grounds, in the speech, of course, is scheduled for today. How is everyone who's attending? What's everyone doing? I wanna get the rundown of where everyone is during this scene.
I suppose I'm off.
People are
Keeping presentable.
yes. So you would probably be maybe somewhere inside the palace, if that's somewhere you would want to go. I don't know. But yeah, there's gradually a crowd building up around the palace grounds. What's everyone else doing right now?
This is before the grand announcement.
Yes.
Merrick's
Basically,
probably-
Florio has just sent his criers out to tell everyone that he has a big announcement that he's going to make to gather around, and all of Old Korvosa is doing so.
I'd probably be out in the crowd somewhere because currently the queen and her people don't know that I'm associated with these people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably better for me not to be next to any of them.
Vic said last time that he is going to stand with Kier.
Merrick will probably be at the or wherever Kira is giving the announcement or whatever, or gain the honor or whatever. But out of view and just kind of nearby to react if things go sideways. But is probably just looking anxious the entire time, questioning this route. Very much feels like he's in the middle of a lion's den,
For Theobard, I think I'm going to be in the crowd with Sophia. Buddy system.
Good call.
I got my shadow shawl put up, just smoking my big long Gandalf pipe.
I need an adult.
Cool.
Vic
'Cause
would
there's-
say to you before you all separated, or he would ask Theo if he, are you able to make audible illusions?
Mm-hmm. Audible, Basic kinetic effects, thermal imaging.
I think it would be fantastic if the crowd showed a lot of support and happiness that Kier found the cure. Don't know if you can help with that or make it seem like that is the case.
I'll
You
see
know.
what I can do.
Public perception.
Actually, yeah. So were we all at Theobald's place the day before or the morning of?
You tell me.
Probably.
Yeah, I thought that's where we
Yeah,
stayed.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure.
think.
We'll stay that
Well,
night.
while everybody's around, Merrick would cast just to be safe before everybody starts heading out, Blessing of the Watch, and he would also ask for help just putting on a disguise to make him less recognizable, what with being wanted and all.
Yeah, I can help make the disguise check for you.
Thank you.
Let me. Oh, this is Lucas' sheet. He does not know how to disguise anybody.
Did we rule that we can just disguise him for him using our disguise?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a great roll, but still an 18.
You know what's some bullshit I discovered by reading the wizard spell list is that disguise self and disguise other are two different spells, but disguise other is a level 2 spell. Disguise self is a level 1. That feels like some bullshit. It's the exact same effect, but you do it to someone else, and that's somehow a higher spell.
Right.
I feel like they could have just made a spell called disguise to encompass both of them.
Yeah.
No, I actually think they should make a full extended spell list where it's true for all the spells. So, Fireball is a cantrip, but you can only target self.
I mean, isn't that just detonate?
I mean, now we're just playing Ars Magica.
Why stop at disguise other? Why not specifically have disguise orc, disguise elf, disguise dwarf? Let's make it as hard as possible.
I know there is a spell that disguises you as a rather sickly, I think it's elf or dwarf. I have to go look it up, but there's one that specifically makes you a sickly of one specific race. Yeah, it's like a level 3 spell too. It's weird.
The spell lists are all over the place. Because like auditory hallucination is really, really good, but it's a level 1. But casting disguise self on someone else, oh no, you need to be at least 4th level to do that.
All right, so Kier, as you exit out the door to the chamber in which you're getting ready, you see a large group of those palace guards that you've seen around the place start to exit out the front doors.
Is the Arcona Palace Guards, not the Queen's Palace Guards, right?
Yes. You are in Arcona Palace.
Just, there's room for this to be the incorrect guards. But I guess the show's nearly on.
Indeed, as
Kier
you
with the guidance.
Okay. As you watch them exit out the front door from a balcony behind you, Lord Glorio Arcona beckons you up the stairs as it appears he has something he wants to show you.
Yeah. Stir. Yeah. That way.
Sorry, or did you say something?
Said, head that way.
All right. He leads you up these stairs and onto a grand platform that stands above his grand. It's a habitat. It appears. It looks like a little segment of the Impossible Kingdom cut out and brought here to Korvosa with all of its natural plants and birds And you're standing in this kind of balcony platform area above, between the two rooms. And right in the middle, there is an elephant with a... I'm trying to find the right name for it. A howdah, the giant elephant seating thing, and a rider, and he says, we'll be giving the address on her.
Well,
Sure,
that's
there's no
certainly
problem
expected.
with it. Yes, the people of Old Korvosa have always taken well to spectacle. They love to see that the nobles are just as irresponsible with their money.
Slow nod.
And with that, he would saddle up. Saddle you. There's one up front seat and then two kind of sitting behind it. So he'll position you on kind of the bench behind, and he's sitting in front, and then the driver is sitting even closer up the elephant, closer to the head, and they start to head out. And by the time you guys exit the palace, the crowd has grown very large, and there is basically all of Old Korvosa here to hear Lord Glorio Arcona speak because of his great reputation in this particular area of the city. And unless there is any intervention, he will be giving his opening part of this speech.
I was just gonna say I forgot to say it, but retroactively, could I just say that I disguised myself as well?
Yes.
I got my shawl up, so I'm good.
I wasted all the good makeup on myself and kind of half-assed it with Americ.
Yeah, it's all good.
Lord Glorio Arcana would begin his speech. Ladies and gentlemen of Old Korvosa, today we stand at a pivotal moment in our city's history. We have endured much. Our streets have been plagued. Our loved ones have suffered, and our faith in our leaders has been tested. But today, I bring you hope. Hope in the form of a man who has sacrificed much to save us all. Kir Muzanesp, a brilliant alchemist, has toiled tirelessly to discover the cure for the Bloodveil Plague. Until now, he has modestly remained unnamed, allowing others to take credit for his monumental achievement. However, I believe the time has come for what has been done in the dark to be brought to the light. And with that, there would be a big eruption of cheers. And he would give a little wink and a nod over to you. And he'd say, continue. Let us not stop at a mere acknowledgement. We must ask ourselves, what other truths are left to be unveiled? What other secrets lie buried, waiting for a brave soul to bring them to light? Kir, you have shown an extraordinary intellect. If there's anything you would wish to share, now is the time. The people of Korvosa are ready to listen and act.
Okay, deep breath time. Thank you, Korvosa, my adopted home, and my patron, for the resources that were needed to concoct the cure. Though it must be said that I was at an impasse until not very long ago. A man came to me with what he claimed were notes on the plague, stemming from a cult of Urgathoa worshippers. He told
Big
me
gasp.
he told me of his comrade who had been captured in their escape from the stronghold of disease worshippers. Probably a better word there, but fuck it.
You're good, just
Yeah.
roll with it.
Short description of Barrow and the fuck, what was the other Vidority's name? Blackjack.
Yes, Blackjack, Vincarlo Orsini.
Well, I'm not going to be like, yeah, hey, did you know Batman's Bruce Wayne?
I
They
don't
delivered to
know.
me.
The billionaire
Mm.
playboy? No way.
Yeah. I love that meme of always introducing Bruce Wayne as the billionaire playboy. Bruce Wayne.
Anyways, guys.
Sorry, yeah.
Middle of the speech.
Pardon.
They delivered, or Blackjack alone delivered these notes to me, saying his friend had been captured as they had made out from this din of villainy. But the most shocking part was that it was beneath the hospice of, was it Mary Maiden? Or the
Blessed Maiden.
The Blessed Maiden.
You're good.
And that after our meeting where he delivered these notes to me that proved vital in undoing this plague, he was going to go free his accomplice. And later that day, I did indeed hear of a prisoner wagon having an escape. Apparently, quite on horseback. I wish I'd seen it. But yes, I'm just going to ramble if I keep going.
All right, so you're just revealing the full truth.
Everything my own involvement in the raid
Gotcha.
on that. So yeah, well, it seemed to have been the plan.
All right. At this
I
point,
assume he's not going to be like, oh, what? No, stop.
Yeah, no. Glorio comes up and he puts a supportive hand on your shoulder and he says, it looks out to the crowd and he says, "My fellow Korvosans, you have heard the truth from Kier himself. The same man who cured us now stands accused and hunted." And then he produces a wanted poster with your face on it, Kier. A price on his head for the very act of saving our city. Look at it. Look at the face of a hero. And he throws it out into the crowd. They want to lock up the man who saved all of Korvosa. They wish to silence him and to bury the truth. Well, I say no more. If they want Kier, they will have to come and take him from us. And then a giant eruption of cheers and claps and thank yous, and a bit dimmer and a bit more somber. A few people start to weep as they realize the true fate of their loved ones.
So, from the fever of plague to the fires of revolution.
Takes a spark.
Let the citizens eat cake.
As the address closes and the elephant starts to lumber its way back through to the palace grounds, he would look over at you and he said, "You did a good job, Kier. That was exactly what they needed to hear. The truth."
Yeah. One description of an alchemist is a pursuer of truth. But I don't know what good it'll do them. If they do send in the military, they're just a rabble of peasants. I don't doubt that your associates could handle a few men-at-arms, but...
Nah, but we have the strategic position on the island. We're able to bottleneck their approach. And besides, this isn't the only place the fires of revolution are going to start burning in Korvosa. We just need to be there to sweep up when the time is right.
Mm-hmm. So where? It's on the island, you said. So I'm assuming that's.
Old Korvosa.
Yep.
Oh, is that his big ass house?
Yep. Palace
Nice.
grounds
And
is that wall area.
wooden things or
Those are the bridges that
docks?
the citizens have. No, those are the bridges that the citizens have made to get across because no one really like
The long
tearing
walk.
them down.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's only one actual stone bridge that crosses the two.
Got it.
The rest are rickety wooden structures.
All right. See our future.
I will say, as the speech concludes and the crowd's making all the crowd noises and Kira's withdrawing, I'm standing next to Sophia, smoking my pipe, and say, "Tell me, child, have you ever heard the parable of the frog and the scorpion?"
Wait, is that the one where the frog eats the scorpion at the end?
No, the scorpion stings the frog, and they drown in the river.
Oh, that one. She completely doesn't know exactly what you're talking about, but she just pretends she's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that story.
You know, there's a part ending to that everyone always forgets. Scorpions can hold their breath for 5 hours underwater.
I heard it was like 2 days.
Out of character, I forget the exact number, but it's way longer, and
It's a ridiculous. I'm pretty sure scorpions are the 48-hour bug.
yeah, it's something ridiculous. And when you know that real life bit of knowledge, you're like, oh wow, yeah, that really was just to murder the frog.
Mhm.
Like that scorpion was gonna be fine.
Mm,
Yeah, bugs in general can stay under for a lot longer than you'd think.
Mainly because they don't breathe per se.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure scorpions breathe through their exoskeleton.
Yeah, they take a ridiculously small amount of oxygen.
All right, so Kier, start holding your breath.
Yeah, that's what I got out of it.
Right? Also, the stoic, slightly evil guy is the one talking to the teenage girl.
Mm.
I like the dynamic.
Yep.
Right?
All right,
She
let's
attracts
see
a
the-
type, right?
Right. That is very true.
Yeah. To be fair, I am better than the last one. I'm not a serial killer.
That we know of.
Not
Last
yet.
one, he's not gone yet. He's only lurking under the surface. Anyhow,
Mm-hmm.
that is all she wrote from the Arconas, and given as you guys have completed all the current goals set out for you, what are you guys doing today?
Well,
Because
One of the
maybe
questions is Kier might be locked
half
in
a day
with,
left after the address starts.
Is Kier kind of like imprisoned by the Arconas now, though? That's the question I want to know.
No.
Wasn't sure if he had the rights to really roam from them. So
I'm gonna badger Merrick about going into the Sable Company Tower and getting me an item that once belonged to the former commander, now Seneschal of Korvosa, so I can scry that man.
Okay. I could do my best.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Also, if you could steal a portrait, but I have a feeling that's going to be significantly easier to get your hands on.
Having spent pretty much my entire life in that tower, would I know where like those mementos of the previous, commanders be stored?
How snoopy have you been?
I mean,
I
he
mean,
did smell
a kid
all
in
people.
a tower, he's gonna be snooping.
Okay, then I would say if you feel like you're snooping around
Mhm.
his stuff, then yeah, who am I to tell you don't have that memory?
Okay. So yeah, then acting on his time in the tower, especially as a young lad, trying to think if, I mean, I am from the tower. I could act just as well as anybody. So I would just throw on the uniform and just make my way in.
All right, it's easy enough for you. You're not really noticed if you're like avoiding people that were like, you know, good friends. You're like ducking into a hallway, went to see someone that you know, like you ate lunch with every day or something.
Yeah, just, was still some of the disguise from earlier that day. But he is kind of just blending into the background, as it were, as he's navigating through, making his way towards where that
I'm
stuff
guessing
will be stored.
I would guess, yeah, his office.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you head that way, and it's easy enough. You don't really get stopped by anyone. You're wearing the clothes.
Mhm.
You are literally allowed to leave with all of your gear.
Yeah, and then some.
Yeah, plus a hippogriff.
Mhm.
So yeah, you get to his office door.
Mhm.
You jiggle the handle. It's not locked.
Okay. Would I know if he's typically in there at this time of day? Because all that stuff is stored in the commander's tower, right? Or office.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
It's really as for whether or not he's there. It's really a question of whether or not he has gone off to take care of something or do something as a part of his duties. If he's doing paperwork or something, he's going to be in here.
Okay. Merrick would knock. Just, a few light taps.
You would hear, "Come in."
All right. Merrick will go in.
I thought you were going to run.
As you walk in, he would look quite surprised to see you.
Mhm.
But Marcus Indrin would say, "Merrick, what are you doing here?"
Sorry, out of character. I'm trying to think here. I'm just kind of going along with it.
Listen, get in, sit down.
Mhm.
Close the door
Yeah.
behind you.
Yeah, Merrick would. There's a lot going on right now, obviously. Trying to think out of character. Again, this is all kind of impromptu and happening so quick.
Yeah, kind of incredible that you're able to just walk into the office of the head guy.
I mean, again, he's.
I mean, it makes sense. It's just,
yeah.
Wow, that went smoothly.
You have already done so much for me, and if you feel like me being here is stressing that, I can go now, and we could just act like this never happened. But
no, listen. Your arrival is a bit fortuitous. Listen, we don't have much time. The Sable Company. The Queen is planning a surprise address.
Is this in the wake of the announcement earlier today?
I'm not sure what she plans to do in reprisal for all that of nonsense, but I'm certain it can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
The address will happen in 3 days. She plans to only give the city an hour's notice. There won't be a very large crowd. And she plans to disband the Sable Company entirely, and she requires every man there to be present.
I mean, I feel like your lives are in danger, being honest. I have seen some of the things that, I mean, I've I've seen
Say,
the maidens.
go ahead, finish.
I've seen the Gray Maidens, and they're not all there.
Marcus says, we're the Sable Company, Merrick. That's our job.
Mhm.
Listen, if things go awry at the address, at the address,
Mhm.
I need you to fly to the Great Tower and release the hippogriffs.
Absolutely. It'll be done. Will they come to your aid or will they flee? I mean, either way, but ideally, if I could lead them in your direction, I will.
Listen, I have a plan to take care of the Queen. If that doesn't work, a bunch of hippogriffs aren't going to help.
Okay.
You're our only chance to save them all from being slaughtered. If it comes to that.
You have my word. I've cared for them all my life. I'll not fail you when they need me the most.
Just say thank you and give you a solemn expression, and then he'd say, listen, Merrick, I owe your father a debt. It's not one I can ever fully repay. Then you see him take his Sable Company badge off that black shield with the red sword and wings, and he says, he saved my life once. Now I aim to honor that debt by safeguarding the future of our company. And then he hands that over to you.
Merrick is completely choked up at this point. I not exactly what I was expecting when I came here, but you all are family, so I'll do my best as always. But there is another reason why I'm here, obviously. But I feel like this. I don't want to take away from this for a moment. He just takes a moment. All right.
What do you need, Merrick?
One of my friends thinks that the key, or one of our contacts thinks that the key to writing the course of this path is to find out character. What was his name? I can't remember the guy that went missing.
Seneschal?
Yeah, the Seneschal.
Yes. Neolandis Calipopoulos. It's a hard name.
Yeah. Trying to find him, and if we had an effect of his, a personal effect of his, it would help us find him and hopefully fix, or at least give us some direction, some help that could change the way things are going. I know that in my time here that that there are always little favors left around of the company and for the previous commanders. I was wondering if I could take one of his.
Go ahead.
Basically, asking for a personal possession of Neolandis Kapopoulos from when he served at the tower.
All right. He would say, all right, let me look through some things in here. I need to dig through some of the drawers, some of the desks, until he would pull out from
Baby Jesus butt plug.
Maybe he pulls out from a box in maybe a cabinet or something in the office. There's a quiver that he's able to give you as an object once used by the previous Seneschal.
Merrick will accept it and then kind of probably stand there for a moment, realizing that that he used, the time of him lingering there is kind of past, so he just kind of offers out his hand and, whatever shake that they do or whatever gesture. No, he's do the formal salute.
Okay, yeah, he'd salute you back, and he'd say, "We looked into the matter some ourselves, but as the plague worsened and our resources dwindled, the ability to track down Neolandis became impossible. Our best leads said that the last place he had taken refuge was with an artist in an apartment, or rather a tenement. Uh, his
Well, that's
name, his name that he goes by is Salvador Scream."
that is very helpful information. Thank you. I'll find him, and I'll do my best. And he would again salute once more, and then blend back in as he departs and makes his way out. Just digesting all that.
All right. We will leave off with Merrick there. Is anyone else? What's everyone else doing with the rest of this day? So you got about half a day you can spend.
While there's the whole crowd still like probably like talking amongst each other after the whole announcement with Kier,
Yeah.
Sophia was gonna start trying to spread a rumor like casually while she's disguised about like basically, long story short of it, during the whole raiding of that place, that they got I can't remember the name of the location, the Heavenly Maidens or whatever, that we got the cure
Hospice.
for or from. I can't. You guys might have to help me with remembering the name.
Hospice of the Blessed Maiden.
Yeah, the Hospice of the Blessed Maiden. Basically, when that was happening, a Hell Knight had gone in there, and ever since there have been sightings of a ghostly spirit wandering around protecting the city, and just kind of start spreading that rumor right now.
Okay. You can give me a diplomacy or bluff, just to determine your effectiveness of spreading this rumor.
31.
Ah. It spreads like the plague.
And
Oh,
then when
no.
it gets to be an evening, she's going to basically be in a alleyway near a bar of the area, and summon her dad to just kind of walk from one point to another, and then dismiss him when people go to look for him to really solidify the rumor. That'll be her day. Listen, she has to spread the rumors right now.
Oh,
Get it started
oh, yeah.
fresh.
Absolutely.
And people wonder why no one likes wizards.
Not even a wizard. I went to university for this.
I was just lucky.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all I would do. So if anyone else had anything I want to do.
I think something that the what's his face, the Arcona guy said yesterday has kind of like nudged its way into Theobard's mind. And if there is a academic resource like a library or something, I would like to put a little bit of research into the royal line of Korvosa, because the whole Curse of the Crimson Throne, every single monarch of the bloodline has met some sort of horrifying end. I'm just curious about the actual history, if that is actually true. Like, obviously, the actual individual deaths are not important unless they're all literally the exact same thing. I'm just trying to see if this talk of a curse is just like crowd-based superstition, or if it might actually have grounds like there might actually be a magical curse upon the throne or the bloodline. Because bloodline curses are no joke.
Yes, you can give me a what a better knowledge nobility.
Fair enough. Got not my highest, but I got some points in there. 20. 20 even. Pretty solid.
Okay. Let me just get some information.
Mhm. Figure if I'm playing the nerd, I should do the nerd research.
What a nerd.
Mm-hmm. Listen, we all can't be Han Solo. If everyone's Han Solo, then no one's Han Solo.
So I will give you a brief history of the royal line of Korvosa.
Mhm.
Starting before the Arabasti line, there was King Chadris Porphyra. I'm not sure how you say it, honestly. It's
Yeah.
in-universe names that were not written for me to pronounce
Yeah.
with my bad undexterous tongue.
And this is all
Chadris
before they started putting in pronunciation
Porphyria.
guides too. Porphyria, gotcha.
Chadris Porphyria III, who is one of the more infamous rulers before the Arabasti line, and he was known as a brutal ruler. His reign ended in madness, leading to a violent rebellion. He was overthrown and killed by his subjects, and as a direct result of the curse influence, according to the text you read about the curse itself.
Mhm.
Queen Domina Arabasti, the mother of King Eodred II. Queen Domina was a strong and influential ruler. She appeared to keep much of the curse at bay for her reign, but faced constant political intrigue and attempts at her life. Her health declined rapidly towards the end of her life, leading to death by mysterious circumstance. King Eodred I was the founder of the current ruling dynasty of Korvosa. He was an ambitious and capable leader. He managed to establish a relatively stable rule and expand Korvosa's influence. However, he faced, like his predecessors, challenges and uprisings during his reigns, which were additionally attributed to the curse. And he met a similar fate to Queen Domina Arabasti, with a quick and precipitous decline in health near the end of his life, attributed to the curse. And the last of the line that you know of, you know what happened to him.
Yeah.
King Eodred Arabasti II.
So what?
Succumbed to a mysterious illness and died suddenly, sparking the events of our adventure path.
Remind me, the very first guy before the Arabasti line. What was his name again?
King Chadris Porphyria III.
So King Chadris, and he wasn't blood related to the following three monarchs because of the revolution, right?
Yes.
And the current queen is not blood related to that line either. She married in.
Indeed.
Uh-oh. All right. That gives me what I need to know. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. I'll propose theory crafting when we all gather up in character to do the scrying. But thank you. That
All
was
right. Vic, what you doing?
Did we discuss where he left off with the research on the neighboring realms for trying to find some empty land for the rats?
We can go over it again for sure.
Oh my god, he actually remembered the rats.
It's been a while
Get
since
some
I
downtime.
looked. Yeah, so let's look at a map of Avestan. Map RP. All right. So,
We hit library. Let's hit maps.
indeed. Let me open this in a new tab so I can zoom in on it. Find Korvosa on this map now.
Yeah, it's near the south, really close to the border of Nidal.
There we go. So, if you look at a map of Korvosa, you'll notice it's located at kind of the mouth of a river. Not really. It's kind of bulges in, but much of the land around it is Sinterland, or very, very wild land, with things like gargoyle raiders. With you guys heard about at the beginning of the campaign that the Sable Company were fighting. Bullets and other nasties are known to live out there in the loose sand and such. It's a lot like the Australian outback is what I would compare it to in terms of its climate, but with a lot bigger deadlies.
Orcas.
The closest other cities would be Magnamar to the west, and that's kind of it. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, unless you went east over the Bloodsworn Vale and went into near Mathis, but then you're just putting them at Emmanuel's feet again. No one wants to go south.
All right, he's going to do some research for if he can't find through like deed study some rural lands that were once owned by maybe a rich family that maybe have fallen into ignorance by the estate or something like that.
Cut to 30 sessions down the line where it's the rat folk that have, or the were rats that have taken over the city in the wake of the Civil War.
Yep. It doesn't all have to be found at one time, but that's kind of what I'm working toward, is somewhere where we could give them Abadarian legal claim to an area.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're always trying to homestead to expand Korvosa.
Yep.
You know, eventually they want to be a normal state, not just a city state.
Did I run that by the rats and they revoked that idea? It's
They
been
do not like
months.
the idea of going to homestead out in the Centerlands to be prey for all of the giant creatures that would eat tiny little rat folk people.
Yeah, got it. All right, maybe do some library RP rolls to see if I can come up with some areas that would be like ancient ruins of old towns.
You would know that many would rather stay in the sewers of Korvosa than do that.
Yeah. But I just promised them I'd come up with a location. I didn't say I had to, you know.
And say it would be
lead
good.
a horse to water. Yeah.
Jesus.
You can lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink.
Yeah. All right. Kier.
Mm-hmm.
what you doing with the rest of the day? You got about half a day to fuck around. Pretty much downtime.
Yeah, probably just toil around in the workshop.
Okay. Anything particular you're working on?
Yeah. Not a present.
Okay. Then we will continue on to Sunday.
I always forget. It's just called Sunday.
I was gonna say, even in fantasy games, it's always just Sunday.
Well, yeah, that's the Lord's Day. You can't change that. That's in the Bible, I think.
A single sentence that sums up so many things. It's in the Bible, I think. I don't know. I never read it. Not enough pictures.
I'm just saying, if it was really divinely inspired, I feel like the big guy could make it interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I just need Merrick to bring me the stuff if you want to do the scrying.
Yeah. I'd be staying at your place, so you'd get it that night. And I guess the question is, do we all reconvene at night, or where's everybody staying?
I'm gonna keep staying at the Arconis as long as Kier does.
I imagine we're
Yep.
not staying at Theobard's home anymore.
I am.
There would definitely be room at the Arconis for you. Though, honestly, if you get scryed on here, it's kind of your fault. It's like, I'm not going to take down the snakes we already have set up.
Yep.
All
Oh
right,
no,
so-
I'm not doing the scrying business in the Arcona's place. I have made my stance clear.
So I guess then it's just you and me then. So yeah, Merrick will hand over the quiver. So it was easy to get.
Did you get a likeness of him?
Did they didn't have portraits or anything like that, did they?
You didn't ask, but it probably wouldn't be it. If there was a portrait of him, it would probably be somewhere inside of the palace, as he was the Seneschal, which is the keeper of the palace grounds.
Right. The
Very
military
well.
tower isn't
Do.
much for portraits, but yeah. Feel like it's well. I spoke with the commander there. Seems like they're all being summoned to. Was it Domino Square? You said, or basically being summoned somewhere, right, to be disbanded. Michael.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, say that sounds like all the remaining Sable Company Marines are going to be summoned to Domino Square, where they're going to be officially disbanded. Which,
And likely killed.
yeah, that's what I was thinking, and that's what they seem to be thinking. So,
It would hardly be within her best interest to consolidate power by releasing several hundred disgruntled and well-trained professional soldiers into the civilian population.
yep. So when that time comes, I'm going to be making my way to the tower to free the hippogriffs.
That is in 3 days.
Yeah, it's in 3 days. Didn't you say it was sometime like with an hour's notice?
Yeah, they were gonna give the public an hour's notice. You guys, he would have given you the exact time.
Okay. So that's sounds like the commander's going to try to make a move against the queen. You know, just like them to go down swinging, right? I don't know what to do here beyond, like, I have that one task of freeing the hippogriffs, but I want to do more.
Then I suggest you just stick to the task of the hippogriffs. Contrary to all the heroic tales, I'm like gathering like a basin of water and stuff to do the scrying spell. It sometimes is more prudent to do nothing than something. Stupid action can cause more damage than a no action is better than a well-intentioned stupid action.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, they know what they're doing. They've got a solid idea of what they're getting into. So I've got my task. I'm doing my part so that they don't have to worry about that. So you're right. Thank you.
People know what they're doing.
Fair. But at least they aren't going into it blind.
Perhaps. We shall see. First, I shall cast the scrying spell. Get comfortable. This is an hour-long ritual. It does. I'm looking at the spell. It says casting time 1 hour.
Yep.
I imagine I need to focus in on all that. So,
all right. What information does it give you?
You can observe the creature at any distance. If the subject succeeds a will save, the spell fails. Yep.
If it makes a difference, I do know that he's traveling under a different name now. Sandalous Scream as the current alias.
Yep, it's
certainly
that's not the name
Salvatore?
he's going by. That was the name of someone he was staying with.
Oh, okay. So
that was the last lead the Sable Company had was that he was staying with a man named Salvatore Scream.
Okay. Well, then at the very least, he'd make it known that if it doesn't go through to the Neolandis, then perhaps.
All right. So I can observe the target at any distance. I can see him and everything approximately. Let's see. Well, either way, he gets a will save. He gets +5 to the will save because I'm only knowing him secondhand. I've never personally met him. But if the quiver counts, then a possession or garment, he takes a -4. So he's only making the will save against my level 4 DLC, my DC with a +1. And my DC is 19. So we'll see if this does anything. And I'll know if the spell fails, because I just simply won't get an image on the mirror.
So... And you would just visually see him and where he
if
is?
the spell fails, you see and hear the subject and its surrounding approximately 10 feet around it. The subject moves, the sensor follows it at a speed of 150 feet around.
Okay.
And if he's in darkness, then my own dark vision would still let me pierce the darkness. So.
Okay. You see a man in maybe his early 60s, late 50s, chained down to a torturer's rack with his arms stretched above and his legs below. And you see that he's beaten and bloody, and that the whole thing is covered in his own viscera. Yet you can see that he still draws shallow breaths. And what is the range that you have around him?
10 feet.
10 feet. You would also see the corner of a cage with a dangling skeletal leg hanging out of it.
This is just something for the table because the spell's a little unclear about this. The focus is the silver mirror, so I assume it's a mirror on the wall situation where I'm seeing it in the mirror. Would this be something that like Merrick over my shoulder would be able to see it too, or is it only I?
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I have always viewed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want the spell card didn't say, so I just wanted to make sure before I assumed. All right, Merrick. What do your half-elf eyes see that I don't? Looks like he's a prisoner.
Seems like a torture victim too. Taking any details or anything like that, can I get an idea of, any sort of idea of where he may be at beyond just X dungeon?
Take a picture of a dungeon underground and tell you.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's an impossible task.
Yeah, I like I said, I didn't think so. I was just kind of curious what that 10-foot radius shows, but is there any way?
Yeah, I told you basically everything that is in the 10-foot radius.
Okay. Actually, can I do a heal check and just kind of see what sort of treatment he's been under, as far as like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to piece together clues.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. 18.
Expertly tortured by someone who knows what they're doing.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
keeping him alive.
This may or may not yield any information. But can I give a knowledge engineering by inspecting the torture rack? Is this like the creepy thing you'd find at the bottom of a 200-year-old dungeon, or is this like the maintained rack of someone who keeps their equipment modern?
Other than the blood, it is immaculate.
Well, my first guess would be beneath Castle Korvosa.
Are you able to reach out, like speak to him?
Let me see. Is the message spell a cantrip?
You would need a sending spell if you want to go that far, I think.
No, there's a 5% chance per caster level I can cast message through the scrying.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, and I know all cantrips. So let's say low numbers bad, 5%. So because I'm bad at mental math. 5% per caster level. So
If you're 7th, that'd be 35%.
yeah, so we'll say low is good. Nope. No dice. The spell connection is not strong enough. We're only getting audio. Oh, that's a good point. I can still hear through the scrying sensor. It's very likely it's just drip, drip, drip. But
Yeah, and
I
it's
can hold
shallow
here for
breaths.
a good 7 minutes.
You can, if you really listen, you can hear the crackle of a fire in the background.
Well, they need to see. All right. I think that's all we're getting from this. And I cut the spell before anyone with true sight can see the invisible scrying sensor floating there.
All right.
Well, we know he is alive and he is captured.
So he was captured somewhere after the safe haven house that we came across one of our artist contacts, which all points back to, because she was there because of the vigilante, right? The same guy that rescued Barrow? Or is that somebody else?
Say, what are you trying to ask?
I'm trying to
That guy helped the
recall.
smuggler
Yeah,
out.
I'm trying to recall who had given that artist that we escorted, gave her safe haven.
Yeah, that was Blackjack.
Then Carlo,
Okay.
aka Blackjack.
Okay, yeah. So that's a strong lead right there. Okay, well, something for tomorrow.
It does appear, though, that this curse of the Crimson Throne might hold more water than public opinion would believe.
Not just tales to keep things interesting in the bars.
Well, sorry, Michael, I spaced. What was the line of the kings, the three monarchs, the last name? I had it in my head a moment ago.
Erebus.
Yeah. three monarchs of the line of Arabasti had all had a wasting illness during their reign that eventually claimed their lives. Before that, there was a different monarch of a different line, King Cordus III. His reign was plagued by his own madness before he was eventually killed via rebellion. He was the only one of a non-Arabasti bloodline, and now the current queen is also not of that bloodline. I was researching the idea of perhaps a bloodline curse, maybe a cursed object within the palace or some such, but it is not impossible that rather than a bloodline being cursed, there was a bloodline that was resistant to something. If our current queen was not already mad, it could be that a curse has making her so.
Do you think it's literally the throne that's cursed, and that those that just quote unquote sit upon is not the family line, but rather the station?
It's not impossible. I was going to, after this, take some time to research local cultures of Varisians and Shawanti. They are big on cursed objects when you seize their land and pillage their homes and that sort of thing. It's not impossible that when the ancient Chiliaxan expansions first claimed this territory for the Empire, that locals got a little bit hot under the collar and laid a curse upon some pillaged bit of gold.
How likely would it be for Chilaxian conquerors to build a political facility on top of, say, a burial ground?
The old cursed burial ground. It's not impossible, though I would imagine the priesthood
You want me to answer your question?
Yeah, I was going to say it's very possible. I was working my way around it.
It is a known fact that the Castle Korvosa, the pyramid structure, predates Chelish colonization.
Okay.
Mm,
This pyramid over here was occupied by Shawanti before.
Okay.
Before the so.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
so maybe
it
not a
is,
burial ground, but a sacred
factually,
site that
it-
has
yeah,
been.
built on that site. Now, I have heard some talks from some academic sources to the north in Magnemar of these ancient Thessalonians that inhabited Varisia before the colonization. I might track down some tomes about them. History has never been my interest, but if it prevents us from getting eviscerated, I suppose I can stoop to its level.
And there's worse reasons to study. Not many. What? So is it just the ruler this curse, or is it also plagued like their legacy? Like, is it something like, again, day one of the queen, civil unrest and then plague, but
It would seem that the reigns of the Avasti line was fraught with political intrigue and general unrest, but never open rebellion.
Hmm.
How much of that is due to some sort of magical curse, and how much of it is simply the result of historians remembering mismanagement? Difficult to tell this far out.
True. Huh.
Still, we cannot rule out a magical component.
Yeah, especially something might be tied back to the original inhabitants of the island.
Indeed.
I can't think of anything else to add. Oh, go ahead.
In the meantime, you may want to get that friend of yours, Vic, in line.
How so?
He's all mopey because the law isn't working.
I could see what I could do. Not gonna lie, hesitant to spend too much time at that Arcona place. That things are already heating up, and I feel like that's just going to be a battleground soon.
Most certainly. I was explaining the parable of the snake and of the frog and the scorpion to Sophia. She was very impressed at the time.
Very impressed.
Very impressed. If the queen turns her ire towards the Arconus, I do not believe they'll win, but I doubt they'll suffer the most grievous brunt of the consequences either.
Arconus or the Queen?
The Arconus. I just said I don't. If the queen turns her ire
Gotcha,
towards
gotcha.
them, I'm like they're not going to win, but they're also not going to suffer the worst of it. As one self-interested bastard to another, we have a way of escaping consequences by throwing others underneath the stampede.
Mm. Though, do you think Arcona is the sort of man that would make this reach without having a good opportunity to seize what he seeks?
He believes ambition is competence, if you ask me.
Hmm.
I've seen where that thinking gets people.
Well,
Trust me, it's people who just want to be fat, happy, and comfortable is what stops the world from exploding.
he just kind of zone out to that and just kind of let that sink in.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what's our move from here? We have confirmation that that Neil Landis is alive, but what do we do with that information? Just continue to seek him out and bring him?
Reason to me that the best course of action is to find this artist he was hiding out with, question him on what happened to him.
It could take us to the person that probably got him in the hidey hole to begin with. So that might be a better lead. We could do that tomorrow. Are we keeping, like, how are we? Any idea what's gonna happen to Kier and Vic as they're over there? What do you think they're doing now?
What, in the Arconus estate?
Yeah, just wined and dined until they need a scapegoat, or
For better or for worst. Likely worse. Kier has made himself a symbol. Thing. Bargaining chip.
I have a question for. Go ahead, finish your scene.
I was gonna say he's someone else's puppet now. So he'll either be used and be discarded, or grow very fond of the feeling of a hand up his ass.
Did Kier give any credit to any of your party members?
Other than Barrow walking now.
Okay.
I said
Then-
Blackjack and Barrow had given me the notes. Or
Mhm.
Barrow had been captured in the activity that had gotten the notes.
Yeah, says, as you say that, I feel this is a good time to give you some in character and out of character.
Yep.
Out of character, you guys saved about 2,500 people. A little over 2,500.
Not bad.
I can give the exact number real quick. I calculated it earlier. 2,560. Which has made Kier a local hero in Korvosa. So Kier, as you are the only one who is taking credit, other than the one of your comrades that is already dead, You will. Where is it?
Wait, did Vic say he was going to be at Kier's side?
Yeah, he was at Kier's side, but I mean that he didn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
speak
mean
up.
that
Oh,
he was
okay.
receiving credit.
Okay, okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't
but
sure.
I
he
figured
was in
that
his-
we were trying to deflect from the party being.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay,
But,
yeah, I wasn't
Yes.
sure
Sick
what.
was the only one who was going to show himself as being supportive of it and not hiding. And I said
Okay.
last session he was going to wear his Abadar robes.
Gotcha.
Here, you can select equipment worth up to 2,500 gold pieces, including magic weapons and armor, just from the stores of Korvosa. They just give it to you.
Damn.
Very nice. Drug paraphernalia.
I could put that in the chat for you. Not drug paraphernalia, he saved the city. Most people
More
don't
like
even
drug
know of his drug ring
paraphernalia.
past.
I know, but he likes to make drugs. So, okay, 2,500 gold pieces of cocaine.
Okay, I
Gold-plated
get you.
pimp
I get you.
chain.
But you've now got that level of notoriety for Kier. Everyone else is remaining just wanted criminals. Except for Sophia, who's not wanted yet.
And me.
And you're not wanted either.
Believe me,
course.
nobody wants Theobald.
Good. I don't want them either. The world hates
Alright.
me and I hate it in return.
So, Sunday, what is everyone doing?
I guess I'll dump a knowledge history into that pyramid that the palace is built on. Just kind of get some background for that.
All right.
Not as good.
Would Sophia
There'll
have
be
known?
some information you get.
Would Sophia have known where Merrick was staying?
Probably. I mean, you were at Theobard's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you'd
Okay.
know that.
So she'd be going over there, but we can deal with the knowledge roll first.
Yes. Castle Korvosa is the fortress citadel home of the monarchs of Korvosa. The castle itself is built on an ancient four-sided flat-topped pyramid known as the Grand Mastaba. It was built a millennia ago by the Shoanti people.
Wait a minute. A four-sided flat-top pyramid? Isn't that just called a ziggurat?
Ziggurat.
Like those structures that people build to do temple rituals on to commune with the gods?
Mhm.
Man, this really is like some poltergeist shit. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Gotta say, Theobald had a lot of preconceived notions about the people of Korvosa. Very much being proven right now.
All
They are
his
the-
assumptions are valid now.
Yeah. It's like they were asking for it.
They're like the stereotypical colonizers of Pathfinder setting.
Everyone knows you just scorched earth all ruins of the previous civilization. Come on.
And you build your shit right on top, and you don't care what it was used for. It's big and it's cool, so that's where the kings live.
God. God, I just zoomed in. I'm looking out on the map. How did I not see it before? It's got like 4 stairs on all 4 sides and everything. Jesus.
It was one of the first things I told you about it. Remember when you were walking up? I said,
I
you
remember.
can walk up from any direction.
I remember. It just didn't quite click in my head. As oh fuck. Well, city's evil. I'll save that for the next round robin group meeting of Theobard Plan A. What do you say we all just leave?
City's
If you do
curse.
that will be the end of this campaign.
Yeah, city's cursed. Wash my hands of it.
Yeah.
Peace. We're doing tavern management RP now.
Mhm.
And someone else will have to get their stuff ready really quickly.
Okay, that's my action though for the day.
All right.
So yeah, Sophia would go to find Merrick, mostly to inquire about his breaking and entering of the tower that he went to go get the stuff for Theobald. Probably find out the gist of what happened because she's been gone since then. She would ask if there was any like when you guys were scrying, there was no like iconography anywhere, right?
That's what
No,
I saw.
I feel like that we would have definitely picked up on that with all of our skill rolls and perception.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was trying to keep an eye out for, as far as like identify where it might be. Just any sort of
Could I do a knowledge local to know like anyone who would have a big enough place to torture somebody? Because I know like the Arcona House, the Kingdom itself, and I know there's a Hell Knight Citadel nearby. Would there be anywhere else that would be a possible place for a dungeon that has torturing going on in there?
There's the Death Head Vault, which is the big prison located underneath the Longacre building. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of a broad question.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I wasn't sure if there was any like bigger houses like how the Arcona has that whole little area going on. Like
Church of Avatar is a pretty big
Yeah.
building. Or sorry,
Is
Church of Asmodeus is a pretty big building. That pentagram building over here.
Is there a divination magic that could help us find somebody?
All of the noble houses are quite large.
Gotcha.
Nothing that I have access to. Divination isn't my specialty. I mean, if you want me to look at the spell list, you feel like putting out the money, I might be able to get like a scroll, but
I'm at least curious what spells that would be.
let's see, I can cast. I'll. You guys keep doing your thing. I'll search the spell list right now. I got it open.
Looks like locate creature might be promising.
Yeah, but it's got a pretty limited range.
You guys have pretty extensively thrown over Carowin Manor, so you could probably eliminate that as a potential
Yeah.
place.
People don't really know who I am. I can probably go start asking around for the I don't know where his name is. The was it Sandalis or Salvatore or whatever?
So
Just the one he was rooming with?
Salvatore Scream. Yes.
I can start asking around to see if anyone knows who that is and where he might be.
Well,
Didn't we
before we
want to
do
talk
that,
about
we
Jack?
should. Yeah, let's talk to
Yeah.
Blackjack.
I just figured it
first.
might be a good idea to have me start asking rather than like Merrick going around because
Yeah,
it's not going to be as weird if I mean, it still might be weird if I do it, but no one knows who I am and I can disguise myself well enough.
yeah. I could meet with Vencarlo and see.
yeah, it looks like locate creature. Its range is 400 feet plus 40 feet per level. So I will still have to be fairly
Yeah.
close to wherever
Fair.
he's located.
Okay.
It'll tell me where he is within a building, not which building in a city, unfortunately.
I mean, worst case scenario, you could walk up to each of the 9 big buildings over the course of 2 weeks and cast it and walk around them. Is it a radius, like locate object?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys arrive and at Vencarlo's. I'm guessing you're going to his academy with his home located just across the way.
His strip mall dojo.
As you approach, your heart sinks because you see smoke in the air above the buildings, and as you get closer, you see that the entire fencing school has been set ablaze.
Like as in actively burning now or burned down?
Actively burning right now. but like past the point of reclamation, of course.
Cast
I think-
resist energy and see if there's any
Wait,
survivors.
are you with
inside.
us? Or are we all going? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, who's going for this?
Because I'd be there with
Madison.
the two of them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Have y'all come back at all to the manor, or are y'all just?
No, we
Uh,
haven't. we
I
haven't
am
gone
trying to avoid the Arcona Palace as much as
Yeah,
possible.
same here.
I feel like that's something I definitely would have conveyed before
Mhm.
we split for the speech.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, you know where I live.
True. And it's only
Um,
been one day, so I feel like he'd still
Yeah.
be away.
Mm-hmm.
So then, yeah, but Merrick is still going to rush the building and see if anybody's still inside.
I'm just checking to see if there's anything I can summon to kind of help us out here, real quick. Give me 1 second before I.
Water elementals?
Luke.
Fire elemental?
I'm
Luca
just
can blow
gonna
it
do a
out with
perception
his
check
big
to
boy
see if this burning building is under surveillance. Nope, I don't see anyone.
I can't summon elementals yet. So.
Ah, gotcha.
Yep.
Oh, that's
a
more a summon nature's ally more than anything.
Yep, that building's on fire. Good God, is that the price of cheese wheels now? Why don't just knife me in the stomach and take the gold coins?
What is a wheel of cheese but a big gold coin?
Anyone who has it as a class skill can give me a craft alchemy check as you sniff the smoke in the air.
Oh, I got that. Damn, 19.
11.
Theobard, you know this is the residual smell of alchemist fire.
Not impossible. He just torched himself, burning his identity to get out.
Merrick's already headed that way to see if he could see if anybody's inside.
Inside of the burning building?
Yeah. He's not going inside at this point, but he is just doing a circuit outside here if he could hear people shouting or anything like that, especially checking the doors if, making sure that's a barricade from the outside or locked from the outside.
I'm sorry, repeat, what are you doing?
So I am going to the dojo and that's on fire and seeing if there's people trying to get out. Like if this place has been intentionally set ablaze, he's going to make sure that doors aren't locked or barricaded from the outside, and just see if anybody needs help.
No, it doesn't appear that anyone is running out or fleeing the building at all.
Okay, and no sounds of people
There
inside.
There are several onlookers, including that one fellow with the cast that Barrow didn't save, but none of you know about that.
Mhm.
He's just one of Vencarlo's students, you see, outside the displays.
Oh, hey, I can summon small elementals.
There's a bit of a crowd built inside, but
I'm gonna tuck behind a corner and I'm gonna summon 1d3 water elementals, like small water elementals. Trying to start putting out the fire.
Okay.
2 small water elementals.
Yeah, they're going to evaporate before they put out this fire.
It can also put out magical fire as if dispel magic, and it can do a vortex. So that's why I was gonna just like try.
Oh, okay. So what is there a range on that?
An elemental's touch puts out non-magical flames of large size or smaller, and it can dispel magical fire as per dispel magic equal to its HD.
So touch range, basically.
Yeah. So it might still put them out, but they might be able to like go and like start touching all the fire and start draining the heat from it, shrinking the fire down. And they last for minutes per level because it's through my ability rather than the spell.
Though it does specifically say large fire, so does that mean 10 by 10?
Yeah, but like That's why I'm saying it might not be able to put out the
Yeah.
entire fire,
but help out.
help out, and like
Yeah.
try to contain it while Merrick's searching to make it less
Okay.
hazardous.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely possible, and it kind
Um,
of controls the fire.
So
and brings
so
it to
seeing
a
that there's
level
still
place.
students outside, Merrick will say, is anybody else inside? Kind of ask anybody that he recognizes as a student of the what happened here?
No, class wasn't in session today.
Is your teacher still in there?
We don't think so.
Which room would he be in if he was? And like kind of
There's
point-
just it's just kind of the open floor. So if he was in there, it just
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, then I guess if the little elementals are paving away, he would try to peek inside just to see if anybody is still in there, if it's just the school that's burning.
All right, give me perception.
Can I use that 31 from before?
Yeah, you cannot see anything inside of the house other
Okay.
than burning flames slightly being contained by the water elementals.
And is this place different from where we met up with him after things went sideways with Gray? Or was that wasn't that a nearby building, or was that part of the same complex that's on fire?
His house is just across the street.
Okay. Then Merrick will make his way there a bit more stealthily. Let the fire kind of distract everybody.
Okay. The door is closed, but if you jiggle the handle, it is not locked.
Merrick will knock.
It's no answer.
He would cautiously open the door. Hello?
The door creaks open, and you see a warm but quiet, unlit interior. The room speaks of a man who lives a simple life despite success. Let me take a look at his home as you enter. You enter. There's just kind of an entrance room with a carpet, and then there's a long hallway with 2 doors on your left and 1 door on your right, and a staircase on your right. And if you go all the way down the hallway, there's a living room area.
I would like to first do a perception check to see if he could hear anybody here. Let's see.
I'm gonna go ahead and move us to a map because I have the house mapped out. Who all is here right now?
I would be.
Yeah, I would be.
Sophia, Theobard, and Merrick. Anyone else?
I think that's all that's here, unless if Ghost Dad makes an appearance.
Yeah, not currently because she doesn't like keep him summoned or
Yeah.
anything. So
Okay.
I'll just be trailing up behind, grumbling about being fleeced out of 2 gold coins for a cheese wheel.
Do you
the
have a cheese
unmitigated
wheel tucked
gall of
under your
that
arm
sheep
right
sale.
now?
Yes. I'm adding it to my character sheet. Let me just quickly look up what cheese wheel is in Pathfinder and double that price real quick.
Why is it's doing this weird thing where it's not letting me use the dynamic lighting even though I'm paying for the thing. Give me a second.
No problem. Roll 20 likes to have
Why
six.
is it? It's okay. It literally says I'm using the current plan, and it's not letting me letting me see the dynamic lighting.
Do you have it like set to where you can't like the because sometimes you have to say so you can see this DM.
No, I just had to reload.
Okay.
Yep.
So typical roll 20 thing.
Yep, it was a glitch.
Here we go.
For some reason, it forgot I fucking paid for this shit.
So a hunk of cheese is 1 silver piece, and a 10-pound deal by several hunks. So yeah, I got ripped off by paying 2 gold pieces for it.
So Merrick has stepped into the entranceway. Where are the two of you?
I'd probably be following behind him pretty shortly after.
I'm a good
All
10
right.
feet behind, tucking a cheese wheel up underneath my arm.
So I guess me in the middle and then Theobald in the back.
Yep. Move
Yeah,
you
like
guys over.
back there. Off to the side slightly.
Hopefully I have... Nope, there... You guys might have seen too much. Oh, you guys don't have vision. Why don't you guys have vision?
I've got vision.
I don't.
I don't have vision.
Oh, these two tokens are new. That's why they don't have vision.
Ah.
I don't think it should be...
Didn't copy paste the ones from yeah, so I can see my token now, but it's just a black void, so I don't know if they got darkness turned on, and you
Yeah,
just don't have my dynamic, my 60 feet of dark vision.
Yeah, I have darkness turned on. Give me a second. Daylight mode, safe settings. There we go.
There we go. I'm good now.
It was just the house.
Mhm.
Call was coming from inside the house.
Indeed. So, this room.
I can't see through any of their tokens. So.
Oh, I'll give. How do I do? Just have to
watch
give.
it.
You just have to
Watch
make it so
along.
everyone can see through one of the person's
Or you can
tokens.
just drop Kier's token onto the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Kier
the-
has
okay.
vision on everything, so
Yeah,
you
and then
have
you can
to
just
say-
I'll
pretend
just
it's
drop
not there.
Kier's.
Yeah, it's easier that way.
I'll drop Kier's token. So everybody can see, and you can just camera around. We'll add a little. There's a way to add a tent, I think. Yes, to indicate not currently in play. There we go. This is our camera gear. So everyone should be able to see now?
Yep.
Yep. I like that we've got our camera here.
Here, Cam.
Kier cam. Catch it on the Kier cam. All right. So you guys enter this first room. It's an elegant and colorful Vudrani throw rug that covers the floor, but other than that, empty front room.
Very cool. Check this door first.
Everyone sort of enters into the building. Give me a survival check.
It's just American Sophia right now. Yeah, not the group for this.
I got +7. Just you rolled
Yep.
better than a 4.
You guys don't really notice anything as you enter?
Are you giving me a shout, Sophia? Oh, you did. I got you.
Yeah.
So you're opening this door.
I'm going first. Check around, see if there's like any sign of foul play or traps or anything like that. Like given
That was kind of what we just rolled
Okay.
for.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll just want to do a quick perception check on the door, just to see if there's any sort of triggers or tripwires or anything before opening it.
Sure, no problem. It appears to be a normal wooden door.
Okay, I'll open it and just peek inside. Workshop.
Precisely. It.
Workshop and
How do I
latrine.
Yeah, it seems to be a see-through wall there. But yes, workshop.
If it's just
Okay,
oops, I didn't put a wall there. My
it's all
bad.
good.
I'll just open this door up. You
Yep.
guys can see it's a bathroom.
That's probably the next door I was gonna go, anyways.
Wait, these motherfuckers have a see-through wall going to the bathroom?
Yep.
Mhm. From the
Mhm.
workshop.
Yep.
Yep, this checks out.
Sexual
This checks.
harassment.
Yep.
I love to see people doing woodworking while I'm taking a shit.
All right, opening the door to this area, you find a study with a single leather chair at a desk, 2 tall cabinets filled with books. If you examine any of the books, or even just the titles on the spine, you can see they're mostly about sword fighting and philosophy. The papers on the desk are mostly accounting documents and ledgers for Vincarlos Academy. It appears until the death of King Eodred II, Vincarlos Academy was doing rather well, but then business turned bad as students failed to show, and Vincarlo took an increasing number of breaks from teaching.
Doubling back towards the entrance.
I got absolutely reamed for this wheel of cheese. You will not believe the charlatans that operate in this section of the city.
I mean, it's almost as bad as arson. Jesus.
Oh,
With
that across the
Did you
street,
say
I'm fairly certain he did that himself.
Merrick would, just out of curiosity, peek under the rug.
Wooden floor.
This wooden floor? Alright. Okay.
I was gonna do something real quick. Just because I can, I'm going to summon a blink dog and have it use its survival to see if it can smell anything in the room of like any like blood, any people.
I'll just do a quick detect magic in the couple rooms that we've popped open so far.
Blink dogs just have a decent survival compared to mine, so
Probably a
Feels like it-
sensibility too.
yeah, it does have a scent ability. That's why I was summoning it.
All right.
So I'll have it just
Did-
roll that. Yeah,
smell
still
a
fits.
trapdoor?
And what are you looking for?
Just smells of any like it's using its sensibility to see if it can find anything living in here, any signs of smell of blood, anything that's like had someone manipulate it recently, so it has like the smell of somebody on it.
Yeah, 15's not going to do it.
I didn't think so, but I figured I'd try. Oh, it's here for a minute.
Very cool. Check out here, and he's also just kind of looking for hidden doors at this point too. Remembering how secretive Gray was.
Give me a perception as you enter.
23.
Okay. Okay. Rolling off screen here. All right. Anyone who enters past the threshold here can give me a perception check as they do so.
All right. Not my best, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I have a 0 as Sophia.
Hey, 25.
Still don't notice anything as you enter. This room is a simple living room with 2 large sofas, a brick fireplace. The fire does still burn brightly inside the hearth, despite the fact that the building seems to be abandoned.
Can I detect magic the hearth real quick?
I mean, yeah, spamming some detect magic in these rooms in general is probably a good idea.
Just see. Maybe it's an ever burning. Maybe it's an illusion.
Yeah. It is non-magical.
Gotcha.
So that means someone who's probably here recently then.
Um,
This just lends credence to my theory that your friend is the one that lit his own place of business on fire.
Because
If
the
someone
fireplace there?
No, because if someone was seeking to capture him, why isn't this place tossed for any vital information? He lives across the street.
It's very true. Make our way upstairs.
We did we try to look through the
Alright,
study at
everyone
all?
stop.
Oh,
Yep, I'm not moving.
Suddenly, Sophia, as Merrick walks past you and Theobald goes into the hallway, you see something that everyone just looked past as they came in, because it's incredible that someone would have this much fortitude and dexterity. But you see a man perched underneath the staircase, his basically holding himself between his arms and legs so that he is on top, hidden away where you can't see him, and he lurches forward and attacks as everyone else exits the room.
Oh shit. For some reason, you didn't re-enable my nameplates, by the way.
I can see it.
I can't. Okay, I just need to refresh them. Let me refresh.
It's also entirely possible that your nameplate was in the dynamic lighting.
Well, I mean, I can't really see my HP either. So.
Oh.
Yep, now it's back. It was just I had to refresh.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
it's
don't
going
remember.
to get...
Did Blackjack dress like that?
No.
Yeah.
But Richard knows who these
Significantly
guys are.
redder than a man who would call himself Blackjack.
More mantis
Yeah.
shaped.
Is that the Predator?
God, no, not these guys.
The Predator.
I know a knowledge roll on my turn. I can give. It's out of character. I know what's going on, but want to make sure I know in character.
Okay. Pull this guy out.
Are we roll initiative?
I think he has to make the surprise attack first.
Yeah,
right.
he's making a surprise attack first. There we go.
I forget. Can you use an immediate action if you're surprised, or no?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so either. I just want to make sure.
It is just this first attack.
Just hits.
And then... Surely, where is their sneak attack? They're a level... Usually I put it right up there with their weapons. I don't know. Did I put it? Oh, there it is. Sneak attack damage. 1d8 plus.
Okay.
So add that on top of that.
Sophia lets out a big old scream. This is the first time she's actually been attacked in combat.
Mm-hmm. I'll just should have found that homeless man for you to kill.
Well, he's right here now. Yeah, she would just scream and probably be like, "Scary man in weird armor."
Roll an initiative.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the turn tracker.
Yep. We're rolling initiative.
Well, at least I'm not surprised anymore. So no more sneak attack. Hey, thank God.
I'm not wearing my glasses and I have astigmatism, so I went to go and correct the 6 because it looked like a 0 to me. Anyways,
Same.
I'm not good with lines, but they rolled a 7. Okay. Somehow Merrick rolled lower. Anyways,
Mhm.
happens to the best of us.
Yep.
Theobard.
Can I give a knowledge religion to know about this guy?
Yeah.
26. Because I have some out of character knowledge what's up with Red Mantis assassins. So
Yeah, they are not very subtle when you see them, and if you know who they are, you know a couple things about them just when you see them.
yeah,
They are
worshippers of that
Th-
mantis god.
Yep.
Evil.
This is definitely a Red Mantis assassin.
Mhm.
The Red Mantis is a mysterious order of professional assassins, distinguished by, of course, their trademark red and black light armor and serrated blades, and their frightful mantis masks.
That's fun. I've read all about these guys. Is
Mhm.
it like the sawtooth sabers and the
Yep.
dual whip
Yeah.
and fighting?
I
yeah.
like the entire worship of their god is just basically, hey, sometimes some motherfuckers gotta die. That's just how the world works. So we killed them.
Yeah. Y'all about to get fucked up.
Also, this has nothing to do with our current situation. I was just reading the Mwangai Expanse book a while back, and there's this spider goddess in the Mwangai Expanse that's like the trickster goddess, who is apparently the sister god of the mantis god. And it's kind of hilarious that no one ever tries to call her out on her shit because they're just too afraid of her brother beating them up.
Oh God, that's real, man.
Yeah. Like, I love that lore bit.
I've known a few of those people.
Yep.
Yeah, that's playground mentality right there.
Yep. They're like, we are annoyed by this lady, but her brother will kick our ass, so we can't do anything about it. All right. So, oh God, this is almost certainly not going to work too well, but it's the best I can come up with on short notice. All right. So, no. So I am going to use one of my daily uses of my ability, Binding Darkness. So I will make a ranged touch attack against him. If it hits, he is entangled for 1 round, plus 1 round for every 5 wizard levels. So 2 rounds of entanglement.
All right.
Just a good old-fashioned ranged touch attack. No, there it is.
That's a miss.
I am going to then duck into this room for a moment. And that's my turn.
All right. Sophia, you have a giant bleeding gash.
Yep. I am going to.
Did you just say it that way on purpose?
I'm
I
not
had
sure I
considered
understand.
unmuting and saying, but what else is new?
Oh,
guys are
Merciful
fucking
moon.
In
gross.
some places, yeah, yes. Gash is slang for things.
Yeah.
Now, this is a child,
Uh,
guys. Let's
Mhm.
keep it moving.
At least another 4.
So I assume
Anyway.
spell-like effects are the same as spells where you have to concentrate the same way.
Yeah, I believe so.
So I'm gonna try to cast defensively to do this. That will succeed, I believe. Wait, let me double check.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the spell level of a spell-like ability would be.
Your HD equivalent.
Okay, then that definitely fails. Then never mind. Okay then, so
Well,
she.
it's. No, oh no.
I think it's 10
No.
plus double the spell level.
Yeah, it's double.
Yeah, but it's a
level.
spell-like effect, not a spell.
Well,
Which is
what
why I
what
was
spell is it replicating?
summon monster. So
Oh, so
way-
whatever. So whatever
I
level of
wasn't-
summon monster it is.
yeah, it wouldn't have worked that way. So yeah, it would have failed. So
Mhm.
well, that's the use of that left. She's just gonna 5 foot, or I guess 1 foot over this way. And look over at Merrick and be like, I'm in trouble. And that's my turn.
I feel like we have the technology to when you set it to be Pathfinder squares, it should just set it to be 5 foot.
Yeah, no.
Anyway. All right. He is not entangled. So he is going to move action, deploy his red shroud. From the suit of armor, he starts emanating a red mist that quickly begins to fill the room. It does not seem to affect you guys in any way.
Is it obscuring vision at all?
No, it's light enough for you to see through.
Okay. Idea what that means?
Working on it.
He is going to begin a prayer. No, actually. He's just gonna do another standard attack on. Actually, no. He's going to take out an alchemist fire and chunk it into this fireplace.
Oh no, Kier. Our Kiermara.
I'll just do his dagger ranged attack because it'll be the same. Yep, just I wanted to see if it was a 1. That fireplace erupts, and the fire quickly begins to spread around where the alchemist fire touched. So these squares are currently on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Merrick.
Is this a solid wall or is it like a banister where I can look over? Where I'm at, where he's at.
It's a banister.
Um, So if I peer over the edge, I could see him.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I'll go ahead and use a command halt and like, hey, hold up.
All right.
And
That's
see
a
Hold
will
up,
save.
wait a minute.
Will save.
Hold up.
Yeah, we'll save
Please.
DC 16. Oh shit! Yep, he's good. Okay.
He doesn't
Um,
acknowledge you at all.
Okay. Then I would make my way here, and I guess risky an attack of opportunity would try to interpose himself between the assassin and Sophia.
Okay. I feel like that's going to be an attack of opportunity.
That's fine. Again, it's if it absorbs it and gives Sophia a little bit of wiggle room, he's down for it.
All right. Just the first attack.
That'll hit. Is
Lucky-
the damage
lucky it
shield
was
being
an
applied
attack
too?
too.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, there is not any reason you are flat-footed right now, I think.
Correct.
So you're good.
Okay. So still both damages. Neither of those are sneak attack.
No, that second one is sneak attack. Don't take that.
Okay.
I
okay.
just it's
I
easier
just
to
wanna
have
make
it
sure.
roll that than to click it when I need it and not have it.
Yep, you're good. I just want to make sure before I applied it. So no sneak attack, no damage to. Okay.
You just take the 13.
I got it.
Theobard.
Once these fellows take a contract to kill someone, they're not too big on negotiation. So I'll be running, or
Your call.
hmm.
Sophia's like, I say kill him, not only because he just tried to kill me.
You know what? I'm just gonna do the safe option for this first round. Just out of curiosity, I know we have lighting on the map, but would you say this study has shadows, like darkness in it?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know for myself. That's going to be very helpful because I am going to cast Shadow Form. It has the Tenebrous meta magic on it. This is a nifty little spell. The Tenebrous one just means I count as one caster level higher for determining like its duration and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's essentially like a shadow conjuration, except inside out. So I infuse my own body with semi-real shadow magic, so I kind of become almost silhouetted. And whenever anyone successfully attacks me, they have to do a will save, and if they fail, I take 20% of the damage.
Okay. I like it.
And I'll just give myself a little marker, but other than that, I'm going to stay back here for now.
Sophia.
Are you muted?
Yes. If you're saying something, Richard, we are not hearing any of it.
Okay, I was muted. Sorry, I had a cough, so I had to mute. So she pulls out what looks like a little marionette doll and throws it behind Merrick. That turns into a Shay, which is like a shadow formed white porcelain mask creature.
Okay.
And it's gonna immediately make an attack against him.
All right. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it.
It's going to free action try to smite bias. So if it has any anything that isn't, if it has any neutral, it doesn't work. But if it's not neutral, it works.
Imagine pretty evil.
Yeah, but it might be neutral evil. So if it's neutral evil, it doesn't work.
I gotcha.
So what's the verdict?
Any neutrality at all?
Yeah, if it has any neutrality, it just does not work.
I mean, I know his mantis god is lawful evil, but I don't know if he is.
Yeah.
Because he can always be within one step.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Michael's approval or not. So
Sorry, I was muted. No neutrality.
okay, so she is going to be smiting this creature.
Yep.
29 to hit.
29 will certainly hit.
Bypasses any DR for 16 points of damage. And 3 of that is cold damage if it matters.
Gotcha. He doesn't flinch. The assassin is going to initiate a special attack. You see him raise his sawtooth saber out, point it down, and weave the blade in the air. Give me a will save, Merrick.
Do I
That
have
is-
do we have any hero points I could use to reroll? I can't remember if we.
At least one, probably.
Okay. Then I would like to use that to reroll. 23.
Okay, I would. Hopefully, you guys are keeping track of your.
Yeah,
Well,
I-
does it burn or does it? Yeah, because
I think we said
You can-
reroll as tab. I only have
Okay.
one. Is all I know.
Okay.
New
so
character.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't used one today, and I definitely
I
haven't
only
burned
have
mine,
one
so-
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So
keeping it honest.
Okay, in that case, then the fascination effect fails.
I believe we'll have a second one at level up, by the way, for the hero points.
However, from up above, you hear a thump onto the ground, and then the sound of clamoring footsteps.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 feet will bring him here. Where, as we've established, the rafters are open, so he will attack Merrick. Just the first one.
that'll hit for 18.
You're not flanked at all, yep, so they're both in the same direction. Merrick is looking cut up.
Yeah,
Yep.
we should be making our way out.
Yeah.
Merrick.
All right. 5-foot step, and I will go ahead and full defense.
Okay.
Yep.
Theobard.
All right. Can I get past Sophia?
In what direction?
Towards
I
the
guess-
towards the lobby, the entry.
Yeah, you can get
Okay.
past Sophia.
Definitely don't feel like this is a diagonal situation. All right. So, seeing that there's now 2 of them, I'm making an executive decision, and I am going to take my quarterstaff and I'm gonna slam the butt of it into the ground. And in the process doing so, I'm going to cast Greater Image, which should be able to affect literally the entire interior of the house, because it's a 110 square foot area, so quite
Okay.
sizable. And this is my pitch about what it looks like and how I want it to handle mechanically. Is I imagine I slam the butt of my staff into the ground and everyone hears an audible cracking sound as like fault lines appear in the ground, kind of like the surface of an ice pond. And then there's a loud shattering as the entire environment kind of gets like a kaleidoscope effect, including people. So like the walls and stairs and floors and all the furniture are rotating around. So here is my pitch to you, Michael. It's just a percentage concealment mischance for everyone against everyone else, as the terrain is pitching and moving, and there's multiple of everyone, and that would apply to me, that would apply to them, that would apply to the allies, enemies. There is still the will save to disbelieve, but that's just my pitch.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, let's go with that.
So yeah,
I like the creativity.
yeah, just basically a major illusory, not smoke screen, but it's more disorienting than that.
All right.
But that will be my turn.
Sophia, you're going off the rails on a crazy train.
Mm-hmm. How fast are we trying to get out of here?
I mean, I'm going for the door now. I just kaleidoscoped the room.
Yeah, we're rushing out.
Yep, so disengage, and I'm just gonna start moving. And then the Shay is gonna provoke an attack as it gets to. Well, actually, that's just a 5 foot, I guess.
I mean, if you want to move and soak up the attack of opportunity,
You can do a move action 5 feet if you just want to soak it up.
Yeah, I want to try to provoke from the two of them to try to buy some time for Merrick.
All right, you provoke from the one because the other one doesn't have range.
Okay. 17. Shay will hit.
Don't forget, I just did my kaleidoscope mischance thing. I don't know if you want to do 20% or 50%.
Yes.
Or what you feel like is fair for that, Michael.
I feel like full concealment is invisible.
Yeah.
So let's do 20%.
A-okay.
So 1d 100, we'll say 20 or lower is good. No good. It's a hit. Well, if it hits, I don't know if it hits.
It would have hit, but that would have made it miss. And Sorry, you said the it would have hit. I said it would have hit with the 17, but you said it was. Wait, are we saying
it would still hit?
So it hit.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I got the
it hits
the
for 11
mixed up.
Yeah.
So, okay, so 11 points of damage, and then it's going to use its shadow evocation. And where is it? Sorry, I was looking for a particular spell.
Yeah, I have shadow enchantment and conjuration, so I've just been spending my turns looking at the entire wizard spell list to decide what I want to do with those.
Okay, I want to use the spell Gust of Wind through the shadow evocation to try to keep the creatures like push this direction away from Merrick, so they can't progress forward when we flee. So what happens is they first need to make a will save.
Both?
Just the one that's directly north of Merrick. That'll
Okay,
fail,
10.
so he believes this is real. So now I need a fortitude save.
Let me make sure one thing. Nope. Fortitude save.
Okay, passes the
22.
fortitude save, so it doesn't work, but it was worth a shot.
We can all get out of the building. I got a really great cheesy idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The one coming down the stairs is going to do an acrobatics to move past Merrick. Should be your CMD plus 5.
CMD is 25, so yep. Barely got past it.
And then come to give Theobald a lick.
Alright, I got like
Is
2
that
layers.
provoked from the summon?
No, the acrobatics. I know this from doing barrel walker.
Yeah, the
shit.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
I imagine if it gets through Merrick CMD, it'll get through.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so the 25 will definitely hit. So first things first, the 20% mischance for my kaleidoscope.
You can roll it. I want to put your fate in your hands.
12.
That's what you get when you put the fate in your hands combo. You gotta give it
Yes.
to your hands.
Yes, Mysterio mode activate. All right. Take no damage then. Huzzah.
Indeed. The other one is going to it's an awkward angle between Merrick and him. Let
Merrick is also full defense at this point.
yes. Yeah, I think what he would do is he would just full attack Merrick. So,
Okay.
ooh, that's a crit on the second attack.
Hey, at least you got mischance with each of those.
Well,
22.
so my AC is 24 at this point because I'm full defense.
Okay.
Hey,
so
you
then
rolled
only...
a 20. You rolled a 27.
Yeah,
It
so
didn't
then.
confirm.
it won't
So it didn't
confirm.
crit confirm at least.
Yeah.
Yes,
And,
but-
and that first one also misses.
So you still
Yes. So you only take
roll
the 15.
Yeah,
if
theoretically.
you yeah, mischance.
And
Mischance.
Okay.
You're still alive. That's the important thing.
Mhm.
You know, just shreds of your skin you're leaving behind.
right.
Purely out of character,
Eric.
I'm just
All
gonna
right.
put this out there. There was a window in that study.
If I disengage and move up the stairs, would he be able to hit me? Because my square currently isn't threatened, wouldn't be threatened. So if I'm here, would the banister prevent an
I'll
attack?
give
to
you
me,
full
or-
concealment.
Mm,
Maybe 50-50.
I'd rather
If
not
you
roll,
use
risk
withdrawal,
it with
doesn't
my-
it give
yeah.
you the 1st
I'll just
square
withdraw
you move into free?
and go out and go through the window. Get there, and if I could just break it and go through it. I don't know if I have the action accounted before it, but that's basically what I'm planning on doing.
Dive through.
Yeah, I think I'd
Roll
be
me an
fine to
unarmed
dive through.
attack. Yeah, roll me an unarmed attack.
All right.
So you can do it as a part of your move action for the dive. Yeah, you dive through the glass.
Okay. And I think that'll probably be my turn roughly here just to get outside. Are there any windows on the second floor? Just out of curiosity now that I'm outside and looking at it.
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
One window that you can see from the side of the building.
All right, my turn. I am going to provoke an attack of opportunity as I move outside here. Michael?
You're moving
Uh,
outside?
Yeah, I would provoke an attack of opportunity from the assassin.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for keeping me.
Yep.
Honed in. 17.
17, that will most definitely hit. But I'll roll the 20% mischance. Nope. All right, so now it gives me a will save.
All right.
All right, that most definitely fails. So so it's 18 damage. So let's see, 20% of, I think they say it's 1/5 rounded down. So I take 3 points of damage.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a really good spell.
Sophia.
But my turn's not over yet, though.
Sorry.
That was just my movement. I would like to, as a standard action, hold action to cast a spell, because that's something I can do, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I believe so.
So my trigger is as soon as Sophia leaves the building, I was going to cast Illusionary Wall, which should be able to cover, because it's 25 feet plus additional 5 feet for 2 caster levels. So it'll definitely be able to cover all the doors and windows on that side of the building on the first floor. So my goal is that as soon as Sophia leaves, I'm going to make all the doors and windows in illusionary covered from the inside. And my kaleidoscope effect is still going on because I'm concentrating on it. So from their perspective, all the windows and doors just disappeared and they don't know which way is up. And because they lit the building on fire, now they don't know what's on fire anymore. So
illusion magic. Nice.
Yep. That's my plan. Just to buy us time to get the fuck out of there. It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
But...
Sophia.
So Merrick will call Sophia out, like, come here, quick.
Yeah.
I might need you for something.
As I run past Sophia, I'm like, leg it.
On her way out, she's going to summon a thing that replaces the one she just summoned. It's going to be behind this guy. She just points her finger at it. It's like bang, and a little fireball kind of appears and just forms into this short humanoid that just radiates heat and is built of fire and magma, known as a magman. And she just tells us to start striking the walls and setting the house on fire because its touch just sears and causes burns.
All right.
We're putting these guys on a kaleidoscope hellscape.
And she's gonna just start running over to him, but yeah, it's just gonna start wailing on the walls and just catching the entire place on fire.
As you get
all right,
next to
so
Merrick.
what's the range of your illusion with the covering up the windows and the and such?
It is let me just click the spell. So it's area effect. 10 foot by
feet.
Sorry, that's how far I can cast it from. So it's 10 foot by 10 foot. So I can definitely cover the window that Merrick jumped out of and the door that I just came out of. So I'm just doing this to buy us time to run. Because literally on my turn, I'm just going to be like, run as fast as you can.
As Sophia comes out next to Merrick will like point to the second floor window. Can you put Luca up there and see if he could find Vincarlo? I heard that thud before the assassin came down. I think Vincarlo might still be in there.
Yeah, I can try.
Doesn't it take 10 minutes
I
to
need
summon
6
an Aeon?
seconds.
Okay.
I have a spell that can summon him in a round, but I need a whole round to cast it.
Yep. All right, I got you.
As you're doing that, I draw a line with my staff, and all the windows and doors disappear in that 10-foot area. I'm maintaining concentration on the illusion. I don't know how long we'll be able to confuse them in there.
Okay. I need a breather. And pulls out his healing wand and gets ready to
as you say that, as you say that, Theobard crashed through this window.
Well, leg it.
The other one's still in there somewhere.
Would it have left the threatened area of that magman, by the way?
I guess if you put the Magman right there, maybe.
Why I had it right behind him.
Yeah, I
Is it
guess
tr-
then.
So it'll attack just because it hasn't affected if it hits. So
Mm.
1d7, 1d20, 7. Actually, it'd be a little bit higher than that because it would have smited it. No, it didn't smite it.
No, that's the it's a different thing. That's
So 11 to touch probably won't hit. So
All right. And then as for the fire, I'm going to roll 1d8, and that's how many squares are going to burn as the fire spreads. It was really low, actually. I made it twice as much as from the alchemist fire because you're your guy. But frankly, he's a slacker.
He was trying to touch
Wow.
that crab man that was running away.
And then from over here, we'll do 2 squares. Merrick.
I'm going to
heal
cure
him if you got
moderate
him.
wounds on myself.
Probably smart.
Actually, yeah, I'll do that. 2d8 plus 3. Hit points, yes, please. And then just shift and stand near Sophia.
I want to shift back one, like to here, maybe.
Okay.
Because on my turn, I'm going to shift back myself. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll just get a little bit further away then. Okay. That'll be my turn.
Theobald.
Just quickly reading a spell effect here because I know I can do this. I'm just trying to figure out the action economy of it. Because you can move and alter the illusion that you're currently maintaining. For major image, I was just trying to see if it was if it was a swift action or whatever it was. I'm gonna just say it's a swift action because that feels like it makes sense to me. Anyway, after hearing the sound of the window shattering and now knowing that there's one out there, I'm gonna do a gesture where I reach towards the now illusion covered door with my hand, and I'm gonna make a pulling gesture as I pull out the kaleidoscope effect. I measured the map. The entire map is 110 by 110 square feet, so I can just put the entire square area of the combat map in my kaleidoscope effect.
Nice.
And then I am going to move past them and just be like, "Fly, you fools!" I'm just gonna keep running. And that's my turn.
Sophia.
5 foot back and begin casting a spell. That's my turn.
Yeah.
All right, so that will hit. First things first. Okay, and now give me a will save.
Okay. 11. They're not good at will.
No, so I take 5% of 15, or 5. So I take another 3 points of damage. Shadow form, bitches.
That's
a good spell.
Paper.
Yeah.
Suck my illusionary dick, Mantis boy.
I feel like he says that in character.
Oh, definitely.
How the wizard tanks.
I can cast on other people too, so.
Yeah. Still.
Yeah, imagine this on Vic. Because mind you, it still goes off of my will save, and I have spell focus illusion and greater spell focus illusion. So I've got a DC of I think 23. 21. Still good.
Make me a will save, Merrick.
Oh, never mind.
Again, nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I was about to well, there is the kaleidoscope effect, but then he got a natural 20. I'm like, yeah, I'll just retract. It doesn't matter.
Merrick.
Merrick will use command halt on this guy.
All right, will save.
Yep.
Hitting them where they're weak. I like it.
That's a fail, so he loses his turn. Are there still people like just across the street here, seeing all this go down as assassins are spilling out into the street?
I mean, I did just shroud the entire area in a kaleidoscope of madness.
Yeah.
So I don't imagine they're going to be too helpful at the moment.
No, I'm not saying they're helpful, but
The ones that were in this area are leaving for sure now.
Whoa, the colors, man.
That's what I was asking, was because like this is getting wild. I'm like, there are people like we're in the street right now. So
Yeah. I'm having
Yeah,
a
but you're in
lot
the
of fun
street
with these
Doctor
illusions.
Strange style now.
I know. That's why I'm asking though. All right.
So maybe they saw you guys burst out, but
Mm.
they wouldn't have seen much past that.
Yeah.
They would have been out of there.
Yeah. All right. Right. Shift back a little bit more. Group up, and and give Sophia the time she needs to cast and go.
All right. Theobard.
The fools aren't flying. God.
Oh, they do love to die.
Let me look at my bag of tricks here for a second. Remind me, casting defensively, that's literally just my intelligence bonus versus DC 10 plus double the
You should
spell
have a
level.
concentration button on your.
Yeah, I think it might also add your
oh.
caster level too.
Unless you have combat casting, then it'll be a little higher. But it's basically just a concentration with. It's 10 plus double your spell level, I think.
Okay, so
Or no, it's 15 plus double your spell level for.
it's 15.
casting
Okay,
defensively.
that would make more sense because otherwise I'm like, so I can just automatically cast level 1 spells without.
I mean, later on you do pretty easily, but not yet.
Yeah, because I got a concentration 12 then. So if I want to cast a level 1 spell at this guy, that would be casting defensively. So I'd roll that first, right?
Yeah. And if it fails, you lose the spell.
Gotcha. I'm gonna try to do that then. It's a level 1 spell, so DC 17?
Yep.
I'm gonna re-roll that. 19.
Huzzah.
I am going to color spray him right in the face.
Nice.
Did that work at higher levels? I thought it only worked at certain.
It doesn't knock them unconscious, but it does still debuff them.
Gotcha.
HD4 higher, they are
Yes.
blinded and stunned for 1d4 rounds. That's good enough for me.
Oh yeah, that's still definitely good.
Yes. So
All right,
he
will
gives
save.
DC 18.
18.
All right. It was worth a shot.
It was a good idea.
Hmm.
That mask, it just slides right off.
Yep. Let's see, I'm curiosity. Plus 7. It was a reasonably pretty good way.
How high up is the second story window?
I don't know.
Generally 10.
20 feet.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure it wasn't more than like 20 feet. So as she completes her summon
Or the
Eidolon
floor
spell-
of the floor of the first floor, or the top of the second floor.
basically the second story window, because you said there was a window when we looked out here on the second
Yeah,
story.
then you're looking at more like 10, 15 feet up.
Okay, that's fine. So, as she completes her spell, you see Luca appear right outside the window, who has what looks like wings that are like part of his armor. because he can fly now.
Mm-hmm.
And she just says, then Carlo might be in there. Might want to check. And she's going to tell him to get in there and look. And that just completed her action from last turn, so she still has a turn for this turn. Let me see. She got.
Run.
Good to go.
Oh yeah, I'm already starting to run.
Yep.
I'm just seeing what I want to do for my action before I have Luca's turn go. So. Excuse me. Let's see what I have. Yeah, I'm going to try to spike pit the guy in front of Theobald. It's not going to be a great chance of succeeding because I'm pretty sure he's dex based, but like
It's reflective, right?
Yes. Yeah, he passes, but he will have to adjust himself a little bit. And then for Luca's
Can he move horizontally? Because he'll even move here.
I think it's supposed to be just like this or like that.
Yeah. Just,
Unless they have no choice. And then for Luca, he bursts through. Going to use his 40 feet of movement. Or actually, this is just one room. Or is there a door? Because I know there's the stairs over there, but is there a door here? If you're muted, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I was muted. There's a door right there.
Okay, I am going to go to that door and open it. Stepping inside. Is there anybody around here?
Nobody inside. Only Vincarlo's things. You can give me a perception check because you step inside.
Perception. 22?
Now, to remind the teacher that there's homework, I will say, against our own benefit, that place probably is kaleidoscoped as well, if that affects anything.
I mean, I can make a will for him to disbelieve.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be fair that if it's benefiting us, it's
He doesn't
also...
disbelieve.
You don't notice anything in this room.
Okay, so he used, let's see. How much was that? 15, so he's going to double back for 30. And then he has 10 more feet of movement. He's going to basically come out the window here, call that there's nobody there. Double movement to get behind this guy.
All right.
He's like 5 feet off the ground. Or no, I'll have him just set foot on the ground. Fuck it. Right behind him.
All right. So one is blinded. Or no, he's not blinded.
No, he succeeded
He
the save,
succeeded.
unfortunately.
Yeah. The other one is held though.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, the other one lost
Halted.
his turn.
And he had a +7, so there was a very real chance
Yeah,
we could have
no,
gotten
for
him with that.
Run up
No, that one's
He-
stunned.
yeah, that one's
30.
that one's under the effect of command halt.
Sorry, you're right.
It's the other guy
So-
who's still active.
The other guy is going to full attack Theobald.
All right. So I believe actually, let me double check that. I think the 12 actually misses. Yes, base AC is 14. Huzzah! So I'll roll the D100 for the 29. Aha! Kaleidoscope.
The odds are in your favor, Theobald.
Mm,
Eric.
perfect.
time to
I've
flee.
weaponized rolling low.
Yeah, just sprinting off into the crowd. Is there a clear getaway? Like, is it if we get off the map, we're away, or how do we do this? Or is it going to be a pursuit sort of thing?
It will probably be a little bit of a pursuit because they can run just as fast as you.
Except for this
Okay,
one next to Luca, who's probably not going to be going anywhere pretty anytime soon.
Give me 1 second.
I was gonna say Sophia could also call out to Merrick that don't go too far away from me, i.e., within haste distance.
I mean, I was
So
just
probably
gonna,
like 20 feet away from me.
I was
Okay.
just gonna bolt to the nearest crowd of people outside the
Yeah.
kaleidoscope and cast invisibility on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I was just checking for Merrick.
Yeah.
Merrick will go like 10 feet this way so that this guy's out of the range and use channel. Well, so he go try and get away. And no, let me think. Which way are we heading? I guess is the question.
Well, I mean,
because-
we were running this direction.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
I was going
Okay.
that direction.
So if you want to just
Okay.
like go where you were saying, like 10 feet this
Yeah.
direction, to get him outside of the range of channel,
Yeah,
then we're just gonna be
I'll-
booking in this direction.
Yep. So I'll do that. I'll get to the edge there, just to get to the edge where I could get both Sophia and Theobald in there and just do a quick channel. It's just a little bit for all of us. Super little bit for all of us.
It's fine. That's
All right.
1/6 of the damage I've taken this combat.
Right.
I think we can exit combat and make this more of a chase sequence now.
Okay.
Everyone give me your getaway strategies.
So since he's within range, I know Theobald said he's gonna disappear into the crowd. So if he wants to go first, since he was technically first in the initiative, he can do that.
Yeah. My plan was to try to leave the kaleidoscope area. Hopefully some of that will disorient them. Try to either find blind corners or a crowd of people or something like that, and try to shroud myself in invisibility. That's my core plan right now. Preferably splitting up from the other two, because if there's only 2 assassins, then that means there's a 1/3% chance that they're just not gonna chase me.
Yeah.
I stuck around for an additional round to use that color spray. I think I've
Yeah,
done my
you're
good
good.
Samaritan
Yep.
deed
You're
for my
good, you're good.
lawful evil day.
Yep. Yep.
But that's my exit strategy.
All right.
So with Merrick within range, Sophia casts haste at the same time of telling Merrick to beat feet and meet back up later.
Mhm.
And is going to basically leap as Luca flies low and catches her and starts flying with her out of the area.
Alright.
For a moment, Merrick's heart just melts like that. That's just too.
Also
Precious.
lending
Okay.
credence to the spiritual Hell Knight that saved the town,
Yeah.
coming to save the day again.
With
There you go.
haste speed, he'll be able to get away.
Just some random people in the town just be like, "Is that literally a flying fucking ghost Hell Knight?"
I also love the mental
Oh no, he's
image-
abducting a little girl.
I also
No, he's
love
saving me.
the mental image of Merrick there, where he's like, "Oh, he
That's-
carried her away. That's sweet." He looks over and Theobald's just gone.
Right. Nope, that's about right.
Yeah.
I think this is a
Honestly-
good time. Take 5 before
Yeah, I agree.
entering anything else we do in the session.
Yep.
Because we haven't really had a chance.
By the way, Loki, you still there?
I think you might have ventured off to get a drink or something.
Probably.
In which I will also do the same, but I'll be back very quickly. Because it's just right over there.
I was gonna give Loki comments on the candy he sent us. Because I've actually tried most of it now.
Alright, I'm back.
That didn't take long.
As I said. Just as predicted.
I was doing some Googling, and it turns out that if you summon your Eidolon with the spell rather than the ritual to summon him, like if you have to do it in a hurry, it benefits from the augment summoning feat, so they'll get an extra +4 to their con and strength.
Mhm.
Which means Luca would be sitting at a sweet 29 strength.
Yeah, there's all sorts of shenanigans that can be pulled with different stuff.
Mhm.
Like one that keeps getting suggested in the various alchemist things I pull up to try and decide what to do next. I'm probably not going to do just because it's hilarious level shenanigans of like absolutely breaking the game.
Mhm.
Is it's like 3 options to be able to use one of my extracts offensively. And one of the alchemist extracts is skin send.
Oh, that sounds like chaos.
Yeah. It well, basically, if I were to use it, I could use my skin as like a simulacrum. It would have half hit points and could venture away from my body until the duration expires or I dismiss it. But the downside is that it has half my hit points and my body has 0 hit points and no skin.
Yeah.
So using that offensively would give at least a round where the boss has no hit points and no offensive capabilities. That's just a level of cheese I don't feel like indulging in.
Yeah. It's like whenever I see someone talk about the spell Magic Jar.
That's a 2 gold piece of cheese right there.
And we've come full circle.
Loki, are you
Wheel
back?
cheese. Yeah.
I've had most of your candy you sent us, other than the fudge, like a little bit of each.
Yeah, what'd you think?
They're all really good. The Samoas are too crunchy for me. That's not that they aren't good. It's just my teeth, I don't think, could handle that.
That's fair. I mean, freeze dried takes the chewiness out of everything.
Yeah. But no, the Skittles were really good. I really liked your fruit taquitos that you made.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Skittles are the bomb.
Yeah. The bacon and egg one you made, I think that's what it is, a bacon and egg one.
Yeah. They're gummies, but one's a fruit by the foot and the other is a gummy.
Yeah, my only complaint about that one is by the time it got to me, all the bacon ones with the fruit by the foot were completely like crumbs.
Yeah.
But that's also as it came to California.
Yeah. The packaging, we can only do so much, and freeze dry stuff is so fragile.
Yeah, no, and again, it's also because I'm in California.
Yeah.
Really had to ship that right across the entire country.
The dolphin poop one you sent me, that one was completely solidified on delivery. I assume it was all supposed to be little bits rather than one large chunk. So
yeah, that's good to know. Okay,
but that's also, I think it wouldn't be so bad in the winter, but because it was summertime, it's been like, at least in California, it's in the hundreds.
Yeah, that's why we beta test these.
Yep. But no, I'll definitely be ordering more of those fruit taquitos and those Skittles from you for sure.
Excellent.
If you shipped it to Alaska, it'd probably fucking, or Hawaii, it'd probably fucking come in better condition because it's less overland travel.
Right.
But yeah, I haven't tried the fudge yet, but it looks good, and I just haven't eaten a ton of it. So
I gotcha. Well, you have all the time.
Otherwise,
to
I
enjoy it,
like it all.
Excellent. Well, I'm happy to hear it. And again, I'm glad it finally arrived. We did like 3 to 5 days shipping. It took what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks?
Yeah, again, California.
Yeah. Yep.
Probably had some weird customs after opening it up. Like it looked like it got opened up on the way. But the package looked like it was retaped a couple times.
Huh. Okay. Got and check the goods, huh?
Right.
Are we all back?
I'm back.
Yep.
Bunch of dogs sniffed it. There's dolphin poop in there.
All right, let me turn off this combat music. All right, the day of Sunday has been quite eventful for you three. What is Vic and Kier doing before we
King's
eventually
pawn
reconvene
to-
today?
King's pawn to e4.
Yeah,
So Vic is just eating the buffet at the palace all day. Finally, someone treats an avatar and how they deserve.
I just realized
tramps.
this was entirely coincidental, but Vic's gonna be real excited when I show up with that cheese wheel.
Well, I
There
used
were
the,
multiple moments during y'all's run where I was glad I was muted.
I've used the generosity of the town to expand my spell book some.
Vic's been sitting here playing chess all morning, day, night.
All right. I imagine at some point later in the day, you guys are going to reconvene to talk. You tell me.
You mean me and Kier?
Are you going to
No,
leave the mayor to come to Theobard's, or are you expecting us to come there when I think we've
I
kind of
mean,
hinted
on
it?
the second day, we're gonna. I feel like we're here. We kind of laid out what we're doing. If y'all want to sneak back in, or send a message to get in touch with us.
We have sending. I don't think we have.
I don't.
Well,
Yeah.
all of our
Yes.
party knows who you are. If you want to try and sneak in or sneak up to the gates and be like, "Hey, we want to come in."
Merrick would bite the ball to make his way there and let them know that we need to meet.
Go ahead and meet up with him wherever.
Yep. Put on disguises and head out into the city. I'm sure the our Conians have a secret way out.
I don't know where else I can put the names to make sure you guys remember them. They're posted
Yeah,
everywhere.
Arcona, House Arcona.
Arcona. Yeah. Arconians, the lizard race from Skyrim.
It's the
The Argonians, my friend.
Look, that was close enough.
You were as close to the lizard race of Skyrim as you were to the actual name.
True. Like, thanks, guys. And a couple of lizards shut the gate behind him. Does he actually know who he was talking to?
But yes, digression aside.
Mhm.
We are
So we
meeting
all,
up.
yep, at Theobard's, right?
Yep.
You tell
Okay.
me?
That's where I'd encourage, and I'd make sure it's okay with Theobard.
I mean, I assume I just ditched you guys and went straight back there.
Yeah, Merrick would have gone back there before making his way to that palace. So I assume if you're there, he would have ran into you and said we need to try to get the others so we can all talk.
I would say
Vic,
so.
Vic would ask House Arcana the best way to get out unseen, if they have secret exits, tunnels, etc., leading back into the city, in case we're being watched. Assuming we're being watched at this point.
If Michael's saying something, he is muted.
I'm just pulling up to look.
Mm.
See if there are. I mean, to the palace, there are many entrances and exits, including servants' entrances and exits, which are kind of secret, hidden away, meant not to be seen. The palace grounds is surrounded by a wall, but that's pretty permeable.
We'd, I guess Kira and I would disguise and use one of those nondescript exits as if we were servants and disguise in that way.
Yep.
Head on down. Quit giggling, Kier.
So
So let's be clear. Gambo's gonna have to make me a new map of his new character's house to make the base.
In the distant
Yeah,
heavens.
where's he live? Way down here by Abadar, or
East Shore, literally on the opposite end of the city from the Arconis estate.
all right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
that's a
gonna
lengthy
take us
walk,
about
so-
17
Yeah, that's
hours to get there.
I'm fine meeting at like a shady tavern
Okay.
in North Point or something like that.
There's also that house that was still probably abandoned that we met the
yeah,
fortune teller lady.
that works for
Yeah.
me.
Bringing that up.
Yeah, let's do that.
Or Lucas' house is right here.
That might still be under watch.
Also, my character's currently avoiding her mother, so
We could always go to the Bank of Abadar. That's always a place to meet, right?
oh yeah,
They're friendly.
yeah, they would never turn us in.
All right.
Hill system
So-
ride all the way down.
Meet up at a bar.
Let's choose a bar in Old Korvosa.
5 chuckle bucks. We're walking into a bar.
Plenty of those.
Yeah, just find a nice little dockside tavern, the Cloistered Oyster.
Yep. It's sun's going down, maybe 8-9 o'clock ish. Everyone's showing up. The last of you come in through the door, end up at that table in the shadowy corner of the tavern.
Of course.
All right. Didn't take a head count, but some of the people in that crowd may have gotten epilepsy because of me.
That was a wild bit of magic there, just saying.
Seems you had a quite the adventure today then.
Van Carlo's school was ablaze when we were following up on a lead, and tried going to his house, and assassins were there.
I
Weird,
lean
weird
forward on the
bug-looking armor ones too.
I lean forward on the table dramatically. Red Mantis assassins.
I
Say
lean
it
over
on this
menacingly like him at the same time. Yes, red mantis assassins.
I
What
I
are
full
those?
without looking, I fully put my hand on your face and push you back.
As you should.
My spotlight.
Gotta say, I do like the dynamic of Theobard and Sophia.
Yeah.
Okay, I said I was going for the Squidward.
Yep. Do it.
Listen, how many of you know anything about the Red Mantis assassins?
That's a good question.
What
What
they
would it be, a
whispered
knowledge?
rumors.
Local?
I rolled a religion because out of character they are a religious order of assassins.
Don't need rumor. And assume.
I like how Vic's the least religiously knowledgeable of any of us. Oh no, Merrick just rolled really high.
Let's see what. Should actually just look up the actual name of the Red Mantis god.
All right. So this is information on the red mantis in particular you guys are looking for?
I think they're just doing a general. Do they know what Theobard knows? Have they heard of it before?
Okay. Yes. Vic, no. Merrick, yes. Sophia, weirdly enough, yes.
See, I told you, red mantis assassins.
They are some of the most highly prized professional killers within the Inner Sea. A monastic assassin order devoted to the assassin god Uchekek. That's how the pronunciation guide says to pronounce it right here on the wiki. Like, look at this.
I mean, transcribed in the ancient tome.
Look, that's Uchekek.
Uchikik.
Yeah,
Look,
Uchekek.
Wiki
Their
is
god
not
is
free.
top
If
cat.
you would now like to
chicken.
donate,
Yes. of the assassin god Chekek. Nobles, kings, queens all bid for the services of the assassins to kill their enemies. Once they accept a contract, they don't deviate from it, except under perhaps the most dire circumstances, and I do not think that qualifies. If they are in play, that means there's a very short list of people within Korvosa that could afford the coin to hire them.
They're after Vencarlo.
They're
Had to
after
be the queen.
Blackjack. After all, he was publicly stated recently to be thwarting efforts. I say as I slow head turn towards Kier.
Mm-hmm. So it would seem.
Well, he was the lead to scrolling up.
Well, we assume so. We heard that he was hanging out with an artist named
Salvatore Scream.
Salvador
gotcha,
Scream.
gotcha.
So we don't know if it's actually Carlo or not.
Sure.
We were
sure.
going to talk to him because he could probably help, but
Mm. Yeah, we're looking for Neolandis, who's we've confirmed is alive, just captured and tortured.
yes, which Kieran Vic had not heard about yet.
Yeah. Which is why he brought it up now.
Interesting. What if we pivoted and went back out to try and locate Trinia Sabor? She was also masquerading as a painter, was under Vincarlo's wing.
I think she's in the
Protection.
wind at this point. We snuck her out, didn't we?
I thought we, out of character, I thought we knew the town and the person that we gave her to.
Yeah,
Because we questioned, Vic specifically questioned that guy a whole bunch to make sure it was legit.
Yeah, I think that was a handoff for them to.
Yeah, they mentioned that they were going to greener pastures. They're not,
Yeah, I feel like we should be more focused on looking for that Salvatore Scream guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Got it. Thought she might be able to give us a connection, but do we know any other painter guilds that may know of Salvador Scream? Approach it not from the
I think we just need to ask
Underdark
around.
realm, but approach it from the up and forthcoming of, oh, we're looking for a painter. His name is Salvador Scream.
You can give me a knowledge local check or diplomacy check to gather information on Salvatore Scream.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a bit late in the day to be going around doing this. I think so. It might be
We're just talking now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that perhaps that would be a better task for yourself, Vic, and Kier, as you seem to have both purchased yourself a degree of legitimacy within old Korvosa.
Oh,
we'll still use that 37, Vic, but we'll just shunt it off until tomorrow.
Yep. Let's go.
In 2 days' time, there will be a sudden announcement that the Sable Company is to meet at Dominus Square and be disbanded, which in all likelihood means executed. They know it's coming, and Miracle just shrugged.
You said something about having to
Why
release
would
the
they let
hippogriffs
it
when that happens, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Should we all get together to help with that then? That seems like if they put their trust in you to do that, you shouldn't really break their trust.
I'm not going to. Like I said, I know that they're going to do what they're going to do, and they've given me something that, I know what I have to do, and I will see that done so that whatever they do, they don't have to worry about it.
Question. This is just spitballing for the group to mull over. Seeing the pending battle that's coming, our side doesn't have the forces of the other. Are we unwise to not try and recruit the Exile Sable Company into the Arcona's forces?
All right. Here is my pitch on how we should proceed. The first thing we need to do is we need to silently break into the keep of the Korvosan guard. We then knock Cressida Croft unconscious and stuff her in a wagon, and then we all leave the city as fast as possible.
So your idea is capture your niece and let's get the hell out of here.
She's not gonna go willingly.
No, I don't think I could do that.
No, it's a smart play for someone like Theobald who doesn't have the roots here, but I must stay and see to the righting of this civilization. Make sure it is brought back to an even kill. Right now, the monarch is out of control.
And quite possibly because she's taking the full brunt of a curse that's been sealed away by a pillaged ziggurat from a few hundred years ago.
Looks out the window at the giant ziggurat with the castle
Yep.
on top of it. Possibly.
I share my research on my hypothesis about the bloodline curse and how it's entirely possible that the previous 3 monarchs were actually more resistant to it rather than being victims of it. Which, out of character, might 100% be wrong, but it sounds cool.
Well, if that's the case, we should try to protect the city. I don't feel like uprooting my life just yet.
Listen, the Sable Company is going to be slaughtered when they go to that marshalling field. Their numbers have already been weakened by some of them being recruited into the Maidens. And I don't think a coup attempt is going to be very successful. If you think the Queen is just going to let a group of trained soldiers casually saunter back into the civilian population, upset that they're no longer getting paid, they just kind of let that hang in the air.
If you
You-
want, I could
you-
see if so.
You've been asked to free the hippogriffs. What if we free them and bring them to that parade ground, just as their whatever fate has befallen on the Sable Company, their hippogriffs would land and heroically they would jump on them and fly off to come and join the Arconas.
I already proposed that to them. They said by the time the hippogriffs get there, it would most likely the commander said that it won't likely make a difference by that point.
I mean, do we really want, like, if they're just being disbanded, the Queen would probably just requisition and take all the hippogriffs, so it'd probably be better just to get them out. So do we really want the Queen to have all of the air superiority here?
no, that's why I'm going to free them and let them go.
Yeah, fuck the man. Sophie just holds up a hand for a high five somewhere.
Merrick would give it to you.
Yeah.
I doubt, from my experience with the Marines, I get the impression that they'd rather die in their role than betray the role inside with and like leave their station to side with Arconas, right? That'd be my guess.
Holding to the monarchy, even in a fault.
Holding to their
I didn't
rank,
think they
because
were
the Sable
beholden to the
Company are
monarchy.
largely separate from the monarchy, aren't they?
That makes
think
no sense then.
I think they're like a
Yes, but-
mercenary group.
It's kind of.
Yeah.
They are the official military protectors of Korvosa and its holdings, but they do not answer directly to the Korvosan crown. They instead answer to the seneschal, who is considered as an equal rank to the crown, basically, who is always a Sable Company
And
Marine
he's the
who has
one
been
who's-
promoted through the ranks.
And
Yeah.
he's the one who's
I-
missing.
I can send a message to the commander letting him know that the seneschal is still alive and captive. I don't know if that'll change what they plan on doing, but I could also see if I don't know. And I doubt Arconas are going to make any sort of overt move against it, but might not. If
I'd say this: if a bunch of hippogriffs land on the Arcona estate seeking shelter, the Arconas are going to take care of them. And if those hippogriffs happen to have a few marine riders, the more the merrier.
If she plans to disband them and kill them right there in the square, do you really think we're going to be able to make a difference for that, even with the hippogriffs?
Our time would be better served focusing on the mystery of the aims of what she plans and of everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see us directly involved in the what goes on.
If she's going to dispose of them quickly, we're not going to have any
free those hippogriffs.
There.
Might as well try and lead them back to the Arcona's estate so that they have a safe place to stay. They can always fly away if they feel threatened in the future.
I'll take care of them.
If we are looking for allies, though, and I do believe pursuing the artist, Mr. Scream, is our best short course of action, but if you are looking for allies, perhaps our efforts would be better directed at the thieves' camp just outside the city. It's where the majority of the native Shawanti population of Korvosa is. If anyone would know about the structure of the palace or anything like that, perhaps it would be their mystics and historians. Plus, if it's anything I know about old Chelish expansions, the people who lived here before us usually have beef.
Yeah. Seem most like the most likely allies.
I think all of the 80% of the population right now is outweighed by the monarchy's power, so seeking allies, however they may come to play or use in the future, isn't a bad idea.
I still believe our best option, though, is to find Salvador Scream to find the Seneschal.
Absolutely.
The fact that he is alive and not just having his throat slit and put in a ditch implies that he knows something that's needed. That's why he's being professionally tortured.
And we have, ideally, if we could find him in 2 days, that could change the direction of whatever happens with the Sable Company.
Did he have any objects on him? His person?
Just his clothes. What little of them remained.
Yeah, I think tomorrow we really need to focus on because it's not tomorrow that they're being disbanded, right?
No, I think it's
the day after tomorrow. It was 3 days yesterday.
Tomorrow we need to start looking for
on Toil Day.
Toil Day. Here, let's just do it this way. I'll write down.
Yeah, you can put a note, like an actual calendar, if you want, on these to keep track of events.
Small that.
Saber gonna die.
Saber gonna die.
Good enough. Not good enough. Nope. Won't let me edit.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, just my own needing it to fit within the confines of the calendar day was bothering me.
Gotcha. All right. Vic out of office.
The only other thing to keep in mind here is those Red Mantis assassins. They saw us poking around the house. There's a possibility they think that we might know something more, and now they will pursue us in their attempt to pursue their true target, Blackjack.
This is when Vic will be out of office.
So it's
Is
best.
that the full moon?
Yeah, you can see. I think this is a little symbol up here.
Got it.
But it's the it's the one.
So I would highly recommend no one goes anywhere alone until we make sure that the assassin situation is resolved. Make sure to sleep in shifts. The walls of the Arconis estate will not be invincible protection against the Red Mantis assassins. Even
Though Probably be
Go ahead.
probably be beneficial to definitely make your patron know that red mantis are abound.
Well, they've seen you three, right?
Yes.
Poking around there. I don't see why they would come to the Arconis fortress for Kira and I. Don't you think they'd be pursuing you three?
Most likely, but wouldn't it be wiser just to be prepared anyway? Besides,
Prepared is my second middle name.
if the Queen is willing to spread her coffers wide for them to eliminate a vigilante, who's to say that the rabble-rouser of the opposed rebel faction is not also a viable target?
This is.
That's what I was saying. If they're
Mhm.
bringing red mantis against, a potential ally, then of course they're going to send it against Kier too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or even, I can't think of his name, the head of House Arcona himself.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's who I was applying.
Yeah.
Kier's a figurehead.
Merrick was still more concerned about Kier.
Yeah.
Any other points to make before you disband for the night?
So if the Queen was behind the plague, I have no doubt I've drawn her ire as well. Which, we have reason to suspect given all the people working for her regarding the place. But I think that's the thrust of most of the conversations.
That's all I got.
I believe she was behind it. It's just a question of how do we prove it. And at this point, we have nothing to believe.
All right.
So do we have any bullet point, like what we're going to do tomorrow? Like, are we still going to look for that
we're
guy?
Hunting that artist.
Is that our plan?
That's my plan.
Yep.
All right.
Wait, did I lose everybody?
No.
I'm here.
Hello?
Hi.
Maybe.
Oh, hey. For some reason, my audio just got muted, so I missed anything anyone said in response to what I said.
We're looking for the artist.
Yeah, okay.
Do we want to try using divination magic? Because I know, like you said, there's one that's really close, but we could make our way to potential areas.
As you guys wake up today, who is in Old Korvosa when they wake up? Or in any of the places adjacent to the Yeagar, or not the Yeagar River, the river right there that runs across the Narrows.
Oh, yeah, definitely not me.
Yeah, I'd be staying at Theobard's.
I feel like Sophia
wouldn't
back. Be, but like I can't imagine her going home right now after the assassination thing.
Yeah, Merrick would insist that you lay low for a bit.
Yeah, so yeah, she probably wouldn't be there.
I've at least gone back to my workshop to inform Arcona of the assassin attempt.
Vic and Kier, early in the morning, you see Glorio burst through those front doors of the palace, going outward with all of his guards in their spears, following him shortly behind. He seems in a rather panicked state, heading out of the palace.
Well, Vic would get on his stuff and follow. Kier, were you trying to say that you would not have gone there? You would have gone back to your old workshop?
My workshop currently is at their palace, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're both there.
Yeah.
I'd rush to get you and make sure you're aware, and I feel like it's in our best interest to see what the fuck's going on, even if we have to depart after that.
As you guys go across these streets, you guys come all the way across to the Narrows of St. Alico, where all of these rickety wooden bridges have been erected.
And
then you see criers speak out to the crowd and exclaim, under Her Majesty's command, the Grey Maidens shall destroy every bridge leading into Old Korvosa. And with that, the Grey Maidens are already hard at work burning these down. They are just tossing torches and then letting them burn and collapse in on themselves. You can see several captains moving around, giving simple orders. Just burn them all.
Yeah. Seems your declaration of war was accepted.
As he doesn't answer you, and he looks out and continues to walk down this way until we get to the large stone bridge, where overnight a barricade has been constructed, and there are already Grey Maidens operating it with great efficiency.
basically to keep Old Korvosa on its little island and away.
Another crier steps forward, unrolling a scroll adorned with the Queen's seal. By decree of Her Majesty Queen Iliosa Arabasti, the district of Old Korvosa is hereby placed under quarantine. No one shall enter or leave without express permission from the Crown. Any attempt to breach this quarantine will be met with lethal force.
Womp womp. Welcome to the siege, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gotta
Gloria
say.
scratches his goatee and he says, "This complicates things."
Hmm.
Do the
Nevertheless, the people of Old Korvosa are strong. We can wait.
Pretense they've used since the plague's over.
They won't be able to stop us from getting across. They just complicate things.
Yeah. I got
As
nothing.
as he begins to walk back to the palace, he just talks of, to his men of, place an order for this many shipments and get work orders on for building ferries to travel across at night. This is but a mere stepping stone in the plan. Everything's fine.
I'm not yelling, you're yelling.
Mm-hmm.
No, your penis is weird.
Whoa. Wasn't even going there.
So That will be a problem for a little bit later in the day. What's everyone doing today?
Well, grateful to not have my throat slit in the night by a red mantis assassin.
Mhm.
I'm thinking I'm going to take a nice little hour in the morning, and I am going to cast a scrying spell to try to locate Salvador's scream. I have nothing other than his name, so he's going to get some bonuses, but at the same time, I don't particularly lose anything other than a spell slot for trying. Could help with some groundwork. So let me pull this spell up again. Scrying.
You're gonna scry this guy, and he's gonna have a big twirly mustache, just looking right back at you.
Yeah, so I don't have anything else of his, so it's a will save at a +5. I'm DC 19, unless he's got a truly abysmal will save. Pretty good that he's chances to succeed, but it's worth a shot.
Alright, this is base will save. 11 plus 5. 16.
16, slower than my DC.
Alright. So you see let's see. I'm trying to pull up
Mhm.
the place so I can just describe to you the area that you see. You see a man looking nervously out of a window. The man is kind of gaunt and pale, and has a little bit of a receding hairline. He's not exactly a looker,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of nervously shifts and looks out the window, and he appears to be in a wooden house. There is grass just outside the window that you can see. And give me a perception.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you also maybe the architecture might be different depending on the part of the city? If you can see that, I'm not sure. But
9, no rerolls. Unless anyone else, Marika or Sophia,
Yeah,
is
I'll give it a
looking through the
shot.
magic mirror.
Yeah,
my
I'll give it a-
perception is not very good. But
A little higher than me.
Merrick, you hear the faintest in the background. You have to listen for a little bit to hear, but you hear, "I'm so hungry."
they're back.
Not the
I know
audios.
that voice. There's an audio nearby. Would that mean he's in the city? No, 'cause
No.
that's in the sewers typically, right?
Grass. So what
I know.
location
Yeah.
is near an opening to the sewers,
Hmm.
but is on the surface?
I just realized how just much that detract from like that ocean view of just water coming in, water coming out. Hungry.
But we know he's alive, and now we know what he looks like.
Mhm.
Let me see something here.
Are you able to send a message?
No. Also, nice.
Got it.
You know what? I would have liked to do the message, but that was worth it.
I like to think that that's the only message that went through.
Looking out the window, he just hears nice. He
Nice.
smiles. He knows. Yeah, nice.
Can I give a knowledge local? See what could be a surface area where perhaps they release the audiogs into the sewers or a sewer opening?
Don't you remember?
Yeah, you can give me an knowledge local.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be very hard, but it's worth a shot.
I was going to aid you, but I don't think it'll make much of a difference if you already got a 27.
Mm.
Well, some of the pipes do have entrances and exits located along the river barrier.
Oh, along this one right here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So he's either in Old Korvosa or like this on this side.
No, he's
That's
on Old
quite-
Korvosa. He's probably in Old Korvosa because that's a solid wall right there. So if he's
Yeah.
looking out at the window and seeing and hearing an audiog, then that means
Then he's probably around this on
Yeah.
Wave Street or whatever. It's right
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, he could be. From your intuition, yeah, you have about. Yeah.
It's still a long area to cover, but it
But if we
narrows
look
it
for
down.
locations where there might be an entrance to the sewer, it
Mhm.
narrows the search. So
Yep.
You guys have not entered Old Korvosa.
Yeah, I was about to make a joke about that. I'm like, well, that certainly narrows down the search, so long as nothing's happened with the bridges to Old Corvosa.
I mean, what would happen?
I like it.
Bridges?
I like to think that, as we say that, we kind of look back in the scry mirror and all of a sudden start to see the bridges burning in the background.
Fade to black. See.
Does the scrying give you any scent? Can you smell 10 feet
Hey.
around?
No, only sight and sound.
You gotta get sniffing to do that.
Yeah, I cast detect scent through the mirror.
God,
Guys,
that'd be the
this
spell.
mirror.
I want that to be a spell just for the joke.
I
Okay.
can smell your fear. I cast detect scent.
I cast detect touch. just slap it.
So I've been muting quite a bit. My cough's getting worse
Yeah.
as I go on for the night, so I'm probably gonna have to leave now. But it's pretty close to the time.
Yeah, we can call it here if you need to.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah, that's.
And he just never comes back. You never hear from Richard again after that.
Yeah, I just cough, and all of a sudden, just silence for ever again.
I'm going to try to remember for next session where Merrick is either going to send a message or stop by the Sable Tower to just pass a missive to the commander, letting him know that the Seneschal lives. And
Well, you should
more
put it in the
coded
chat
speak.
here so you can go back and
Oh,
follow up.
fair point. Fair point.
Because then next time we launch, we're probably not going to be doing any rolls before that. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. You guys have a good night.
All right.
Have a good night. Hope you feel better soon.
Good night, Richard.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll be way better by next week. It's just that lingering cough and phlegm.
Yeah.
Yes, the dwarf game.
Yeah.
We shall dwarf it up. I've got big plans.
Big plans for Little China.